tonight, welcoming in the Nuggets up to the Frost Center. Victor Wembanyama is questionable tonight with an ankle injury. His nose is kind of sore, too. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock. It'll be on the FanDuel Sports Network. In the NFL, the Cowboys are waving goodbye to defensive tackle Osa Odigizua. He's headed to the 49ers for a third-round pick, the 92nd overall in this year's draft. It frees up $16 million in salary cap. Finally, in college hoops, the Texas Longhorns were bounced in the first round of the SEC tournament. They fell to Ole Miss 76-66. Texas A&M takes on Oklahoma tonight at 8:30, a game you can catch live on ESPN 1250. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. It's a small Friday. Yeah. I'm your old pal, AJ. Over here to my left, best in his lumberjack best.
That's it.
It's cold, man.
I'm a lumberjack, and it's okay.
It's Mr. Robert Thompson. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I am
You should
doing
be
well.
rested
Doing
and
well.
relaxed. Yeah. All that recumbent sitting and just
Yeah.
convalescing,
Something like that.
and you don't look like that.
No, I don't feel like that.
Good.
What happened?
Well, when you take a day off midweek,
Yeah.
It
And-
throws you off a little bit.
yeah, but also there's a difference between taking a day off where you're just relaxing and
Oh, yeah, doing nothing.
doing nothing.
What do you call what you did? I mean, you're going to a sporting event? A
Yeah,
live sporting event?
yeah. I rarely go to sports match games in real life unless I'm working.
So it's I know
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
See,
You're right.
That's why whenever you see sporting types not wearing a lanyard, they're normally hammered.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just saying, because normally we're at these games and we can't drink. So when we can, we take full advantage of the opportunity to become truant fans.
Yeah, and like when in a previous life, I was I used to be famous. I was on the radio in Houston, and people knew who I was. So like people would approach me and say like, "Oh, you're a big star. Let me buy you a beer."
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah.
are the good old days.
Yeah.
Here I'm I'm
it'll come.
I'm a ghost.
They're,
you know?
well, the thing is,
You're like me.
Now that there's audio or video that goes along, I'm approached more often because people recognize, from whatever.
Yeah.
Used to, if I'd have to be talking, and people were
Yeah.
kind of like, oh. And
Yeah.
Now, so what you have to do when you're at these places is just talk real loud.
Well, no, I don't want that.
And every
That's the
now
last
and
thing I
then
want
go,
is to be recognized.
Good
But-
morning.
No,
Just
no,
every
no.
now and then do that, and it's like a call, like a mating
No,
call.
I
They're
don't
like,
need-
hey, I know that guy.
I don't want that.
Well, it's free beer.
It's true, but no, I try to decline the free beers when I can. I feel
Yeah,
guilty
don't
about
do that. Don't feel the need to
No.
give me any more than I've already. Don't feed the wild animals.
Especially the other night because, oh boy.
Was it a good game though?
It was.
I saw the outcome, so I wasn't going to ask about that. But was it worth being there?
Vegas scored first, and there was a roar amongst the crowd.
So were there enough
a
gold?
small roar?
Was there some gold walking around in that
There was
sea
a
of
couple.
green?
Yeah, there was a couple, and we all gave each other the
The
nod.
nod.
Yeah.
Brotherhood.
Um,
Is it a good place to go see a match?
yeah. I was looking around. We had really good seats. We were like in the in one of the front rows on the middle deck.
Did you paint your chest?
I did not.
Damn it.
I did not. No. But we were like basically right in the center of the ice.
Awesome.
I mean, it was a good setup for it. But then I was looking around. It's like I don't know that there could be a bad seat in this place for
compare
hockey.
I compare. You can't compare the teams because that comes and goes. But the productive experience in the building was it like Vegas? Because I know Vegas puts on a show.
No, I mean, it was like a sports game.
Yeah,
like
Vegas, you get a party.
It's not like a sports game. It's like going to a show.
Well,
it's like
think about how well that worked for you guys when you were there. Because
yeah.
One, they were winning, but secondly, even if they weren't, Vegas planned as if they weren't going to win. So
Yes.
the party began and stayed whether the
they're
score
like
was good or
the
bad.
Flint Tropics.
And it turned out to be good at the same time.
Yeah.
So guys like you were baptized into greatness, and they got fans for life.
Yeah.
Because of the experience. And I think the Stars have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you were born into this. What are you going to do? You're going to leave?
It was a little weird because it was Mexican night. Like
Did they call it Mexican night?
No, they called it some other like.
Dallas. You never
It was
know.
some kind of like Noche Day something,
okay.
or I don't know what. But they were playing like
Hey, it's Mexican night. Come on down.
they were playing mariachi
Better bring
music.
your ID.
And, yeah. And they were like un minuto,
Yeah.
But I mean, it was fun, man. It was a good atmosphere. There wasn't a lot of there wasn't much strife or smack talk between the fan bases, which
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Because
I didn't
basketball fan, that is not the case. I don't like being in there. Maverick fan is ignorant and obstinate.
Yeah, and I think that's the other thing is I don't like Dallas Stars fan. I don't like the Dallas Stars. Like if you said rank like your 5 least favorite hockey teams, Dallas is amongst them.
Why?
Because they're from Dallas.
Well, I
and
mean,
as a non-Dallas Texan,
that's enough.
I just have a general disdain for things of Dallas.
I get it, but I thought there might have been a particular era or two that you hated.
Well, I mean, they knocked us out of the playoffs last year or the last 2 years, and so there's some reason there.
Yeah, I got.
But also, I don't think Dallas and I don't think most Vegas fans feel that way about Dallas. They just think of them as another team.
Yeah.
It's my personal thing,
growing up
being
where
a
we
Texan.
are.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
but so I don't think there's any like ill will between the two franchises. Nothing like major anyway. It's just that they've played each other in the playoffs 3 years in a row, and that's
so no kerfluffles, no
nothing
dust-ups?
like that. Nothing like
Damn.
that.
How much is a beer?
$12,
okay.
$13, something like that.
In the market.
But then after beer, we started drinking whiskey, and
Did you stay downtown after the game?
our Airbnb was about a 5-minute Uber ride from, like, it was in Deep Ellum. So I mean we're
So
right
down
there.
in Alabama. So you went down. Did you hit any bars down in Lower Greenville? down in there?
I don't know what bar we went to. It's called, I think, you know what, it was called Happiest Hour. I don't know where it is. It was very close to the stadium, like walking distance.
Okay, so it was in that little entertainment district down there. Okay,
and drank an inordinate amount there, and then while we're waiting on our Uber, it starts dumping rain, like dumping, and it's like, what the hell just happened? So we eventually get a car, and then
you missed the storms here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was we got a pretty good dousing.
Okay.
The night before, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was everywhere, but it was one of those nights where I woke up with my socks on. You know what I mean? And that's and it's like,
Did you know where you were?
I knew where I
Did you wake up
was.
and see? I don't recognize this paint.
You kind of had to I had to actually peel one of my eyelids open.
Well, I saw you got some proper grease. You got some grease in your system.
Yeah, on the way home yesterday
to settle the tummy.
Yeah,
which I'm very interested. You had a very particular sausage link that
It's funny.
looked spectacular.
I haven't had that yet. I haven't had my sausage yet.
I regret not Venmoing you some money to get one of those because that was a very I'm sure we'll have a chance to talk about the sausage, but the makeup.
It's going to be on there. It's going to be on their menu full time now. So we'll go up there and try it out.
I'd never heard of such sausage.
But yeah, I was going to stop at a place in Killeen called Rossler's.
I don't know that one.
And they are only open on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Oh.
Man, I need a job like that.
And it's in Killeen. So it's like, when am I ever going to have a chance to knock this one off my list? When am I going to be able to stamp this bad boy? Mm-hmm. So I'm starting to go there, and then I'm looking at my app, and it's like, check their social media because catering takes them out of town regularly. And I was like,
What?
Oh, wow.
So I checked their social media, and sure enough, we're closed this week because we've got some barbecue fest in Austin that we're doing on Friday and Saturday. And I was like, oh, man. So I turn around, and then I start heading back towards Austin, and I decide, well, the only place left in Austin that I haven't ticked off on my passport is Interstellar.
Right.
Oh, I was going to. So they have duck leg? What is that?
Duck confit.
Oh.
Es bien.
Duck confit.
Oh, it was very good. Very good.
Did you have extra confit?
No.
Did you get confit with gravy?
No.
Oh.
So I had the duck confit, and I had some smoked scallop potatoes. Fantastic. It was honestly one of the best plates of barbecue I think I've ever had.
Well,
They have I'm looking at the menu you sent.
So what about the sausage?
So the sausage,
Which you have not had.
I've not
Frito
eaten-
pie sausage.
Frito pie sausage.
This is the thing.
Heaven.
I was like, I was borderline, didn't know if I could eat. Like you know how you reach a certain level of how much poison you've put in your body that you're not super in a hurry to put anything on top of it.
I will backstory. I'm sitting and like just waiting, and then I got a text that you were where you were, and I thought, oh, you got up early. I legit thought, oh, if he's already at Interstellar,
in line,
he might be making a second stop. I thought you might be headed toward another one on your way down because you were in Austin by 1, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we left the Airbnb at around 9:45. We had to be out by 10.
So I legit thought, oh, this is just the start of a barbecue tour. You were going to hit another one.
I had to make a Buc-ee's stop to. I couldn't eat in the morning. Like I just there was no way I was going to eat in the morning. I had to make a Buc-ee's stop. You know, it was things.
That's why they're there.
Things got dark for a moment.
That's why
things got dark for a moment.
You both fill up and let it go at the same place.
And then I ended up at that barbecue place, and I was like, I still wasn't really hungry, but I was like, you know what? It all looked so good, so I over-ordered. I got the duck. I got a lamb taco. I got they were the one thing they were out of was brisket,
of course.
But they did have beef short rib, and they make their beef short rib with a chimichurri. So I got that.
$16 for that taco?
No, the taco I think was
short rib fajita taco.
Oh no! I got a full blown short rib. The short rib was like
these are just the specials for that. Okay.
Yeah, that short rib was more than $16.
And Vic, don't look Vic, when you're at a place like that, don't look
You're
at
such
the
a cheap
price.
ass.
Legit, that's one of these things that
I only have $8.
It's going to be very expensive. If you're going to go to Interstellar, you better have a $100 bill in your pocket. I mean, and that's for you.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Hence the reason why I've never been.
Well, I mean, I hate it when I show people menus that when you've gone to those places, like, oh my God. Well, yes, I'm paying for not only the meat, but there's a greatness involved with it. The chef is like, you know, he's an NBA superstar. I'm paying for more than just that cut of meat. I'm paying for the expertise and everything that goes into it.
The artistry, Vic.
Yes, and if you're going to question that, don't go.
Yeah.
Because you're making the line too long for me.
Why don't you just have a McRib?
Yes. No, I don't even get that. Well, I don't go.
And I hate being snobby about that, but my God, I hate when you're in line with people like, I can't believe it. I mean, yes, it costs that much. Go home.
And then I also ordered the Frito pie.
Oh, that sounds so good. I've always said, you judge a place. The brisket, everybody does a decent to good brisket. If you can't do that, well, you're not even open. But it's your sausage, man. If you can, and a Frito pie sausage.
It sounded so good, so I had to get that. But I get
back.
I will. I also I brought home a quart of mac and cheese for the boys. I haven't.
Quart?
Yeah, it was like a smoked Gouda mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't tried it, but like I said, those scalloped potatoes and the duck. Oh, fantastic! So good.
Oh, Interstellar.
But the Frito pie sausage is on the menu full time now, so we'll have to make a trek one day after work.
Could we have them like FedEx it? Do they do that?
I don't think they do that. I don't think they do that. But it's not that far of a trip.
You think Edwin would sit in line?
No.
No.
I don't know that Edwin would like. First of all, they don't open until like 11, so I don't. It's not Benny's Tacos. It's
we could put him on assignment. We've got a special double secret assignment for you, Edwin.
Reporting live.
Take the van. Take the van and just use a clipboard. You'll get past any checkpoint.
Edwin will get lost.
Get real close.
We can't count on him. We can't count on Edwin. He'll get lost.
Tell him you're doing a TV show.
I remember one time I was like, Edwin, can you go get tacos? And he was like,
no.
I think Edwin kind of knows, like he knows the way from his house to the radio station. I think that's kind of it.
In his defense, I get it. Like I'm already here at work, man. I'm already here.
Well, yeah.
I have that attitude, but I'm hungry.
But the hunger overrides all. But I get it. Like, man, I'm already here. If you'd have told me on the way.
No, I think Edwin's just a regimented guy. I think he's got like he's set in his ways. He goes, he drives to work, drives home.
And I don't think he appreciates the tacos as much as we do.
He does not. So. He does not. He'll get a bean and cheese or something like that. Like he's not a taco.
He's not an adventurous eater.
That's all right. It's not for everyone.
Yeah,
so now I have Edwin sit in and do Vic's job, and then Vic does because Vic appreciates the taco.
Shares
yes,
great
I do.
Passion and hunger.
That's right.
I love it.
He knows what it's like. All
I
right.
have to do Benny's tomorrow now that we're talking about
We may have to. If my stomach is right by then, we'll see.
it. You'll be fine.
No, take a Tums, man.
I do.
We're
I
going.
need one. I've got like the worst heartburn.
I'll go
today.
next door, see if he's got any.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
The Spurs in action tonight. We'll talk about that. Rob and I, we're going to attend the game.
I hope they're prepared for us.
We'll be there in a working capacity, so not crushing
We
beers.
will have our lanyards on, so we'll be so.
That's right. We will not be hammering beers tonight. But that'll be fun to get out and see them play the Denver Nuggets. A
Good grief.
a close one last night. 129-93 win over the Rockets.
Rockets got some issues.
And now the Nuggets come down, and that was in Denver, so it's not like they're making the short road trip. It's straight after the game, head from Denver down here to San Antonio.
But we might be minus a dude that matters.
Yeah, Wimby questionable tonight. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about everything going on in the NFL. What did we miss yesterday? Team USA better. You know what? We need to thank the Mexicans. The Mexicans saved the U.S. from elimination in the WBC.
Nice. See?
The Mexicans. Yes, gracias. Gracias to all of
How
you.
about the Italians, brother?
Y mi cheque? ¿Dónde
yep.
está mi cheque?
So we'll talk about that.
So embarrassing.
We got so much to get into. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That road work at I-10 westbound at Frio Street and the wreck at 410 at Blanco Road has cleared. Still have a closure, 35 southbound Palo Alto to Somerset and southbound 35 New Laredo to 410. Both of these are accidents. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out, 210-785-2601. But for the most part, we are in good shape as traffic volume still light this early morning. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One N.A. Member FDIC.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I don't want none of this dog. I like him. But when you pick him up, he gets excited and he pees on you.
Don't pick him up then.
Right, but he's looking at you so damn cute. Oh, come on, he won't do it this time. You gotta look at your shirt. You're like, did he get me? No, he didn't. Then you look down. Oh, he got me again.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
People, they're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
San Antonio, your professional indoor football team is here. The San Antonio Gunslingers, competing in the Indoor Football League, the major league of indoor football. It's fast-paced, high-scoring action right in the heart of the Alamo City. Tickets on sale now for our season opener, Sunday, March 29th at Freeman Coliseum. Bring the whole family for fun and thrills, or grab a group package for your corporate outing. Visit sagunslingers.com today for tickets, schedules, and all the info. Gunslingers Football, San Antonio's pro team, San Antonio's pride.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Kinda lose my mind. I think it's just what I needed.
Yep.
That's an underappreciated band. It really was.
Wasting all my time.
Rick Ocasek?
Yeah.
Good band.
Yeah, this is better than most of the garbage you listen to.
Jeez.
Well, at least you can hear it.
Yeah.
I do
feel
like good.
I don't mind the Cars, but I do feel like music like this led somehow to the music in the 80s that I really hate.
Oh, yeah. Well, this begat
like this
what
part
became...
that's playing right now?
Well, you got to keep in mind.
Oh, yeah,
we were just learning how to use electric.
I know,
the synthesizer. This is a new thing.
And then everyone got into it.
As a toy.
Like Oingo Boingo.
Hey, Danny Elfman still makes movie soundtracks. So, I mean, those guys were, when you hear it, keep in mind, those were the cutting edge guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Danny Elfman and like Thomas Dolby, those guys were like front and center, ahead of the curve kind of music. And then it got weird.
That was way cooler than, like Robert Plant and Jimi Hendrix.
Well, that was before. Think about the
Jimmy Page and Jimi Hendrix playing the badass guitars, and then all of a sudden we got the keyboard guys.
Think how analog that was. I mean, that was so analog, and now we're talking about that analog sound that was Jimmy Page and Led Zeppelin, that was hand driven, and then you think of the digital. This was the beginning. We didn't, and it got weird.
Well,
it got really
I'll
weird.
admit it. It got a little strange.
The problem is digital wasn't ready. It wasn't good enough
somebody
yet.
had to push it, and sometimes you just push it too far.
I think that's what it is.
And there was a lot of makeup and some weird dance grooves.
Just reminds me of being a kid.
Yeah.
I was, 10, 11, 12 when all this came out, so.
I was probably 18, 19.
Was it like 1978?
Oh,
79?
No. This was 80s.
This was 81, I think?
Yeah, it's 81, 82. This is MTV. This was dawn of the MTV age.
Los Carros.
Because when I hear this song, I see the video.
Yeah.
Just what I needed.
It's got Paulina Poroskova. Worked for him.
Let's see. I don't know why you guys question me. This is 1978.
78?
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Why do you guys argue with me?
I can see the video.
Oh, there's your favorite part.
It's like remember when they had the guitar keyboards?
Yes,
that's just dumb.
Oh,
that's just silly.
Yeah.
And then What was the band where the dude came out and was legitimately playing an iPad? It wasn't that long ago. It's one of those anthem rock bands. Oh, it'll come to me in a second. And he was standing on the stage. I saw him. I think it was an ACL, and he was playing an iPad. And I go,
Come on.
There was a guy who would play sometimes at he like when Beer Zombies in Boulder City would have like they'd have a live music night, and this dude would come out. He'd set up his iPad, and he had a guitar, and then he would make some sounds.
Oh, and just like brusque and make a loop.
And then like he'd
put them all together, loop it together. Yeah,
and then it'd be like,
it's pretty impressive.
And then he'd put a few of these together, and then he'd just play it, and like so that way he didn't need to have a backing band.
And suddenly you're like, this dude's jamming. How many people are here?
Yeah.
No, I've seen those bruskers do that before.
I dig that. That's fun. All right. Well, now we've spent a segment.
That's it.
We've spent a segment talking about. We'll do my best friend's girl.
1978. Yeah.
My best friend's girl, and let the good times roll. Coming up next. As we roll through the Cars catalog. We will talk about you know what? I wanted to get your thoughts on the Celtics game Tuesday because I didn't see it. I didn't see any of it. All I saw was the highlights.
Don't buy into the Celtics got jobbed. They got beat. They would have lost either way.
Okay. Well, let's talk about that on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We've cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That road work at I-10 westbound at Frio Street and the wreck at 410 at Blanco Road has cleared. Still have a closure. 35 southbound Palo Alto to Somerset and southbound 35 New Laredo to 410. Both of these are accidents. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. But for the most part, we are in good shape as traffic volume still light this early morning. Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by USPS Ground Advantage. We mean business.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast.
Pump up the volume.
When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
You know that Chick-fil-A sells more than chicken, right?
Hello, my name is Jaleesa, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is how it's all of my favorite breakfast items in one good bite. That fluffy egg, that melty cheese with that perfectly grilled sausage. It just gives you that warmth, that comfort food that you love. It is the best possible option for a classic breakfast.
Comfort is calling. Order a Chick-fil-A sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit with Simply Orange Juice on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
Trying to keep up with today's fast-changing digital landscape? With more ways to consume content than ever before, it is getting harder to reach your customers. You need more than just a presence. You need the experts at Conrex Digital. We craft websites that convert. We curate engaging content on social and blog channels. We generate quality leads through Google and Meta. We dominate your competition on streaming TV. Bold marketing, real results. Conrex Digital makes it happen. Visit conrexdigital.com. That's conrexdigital.com.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly with nationwide 5G because Cricket is on the AT&T network. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $0 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, B21.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. How this is taxes.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax free edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
When you see a Gravely mowing the grass, you're looking at over 100 years of ingenuity in action. You're seeing a rugged, durable machine professional lawn service companies have relied on for generations. Or maybe you see a homeowner who demands the best, cutting their own lawn like the pros, whether mowing or on a trailer between jobs. When you see a Gravely, you're seeing greatness at work. Take your lawn mowing up a notch with a Gravely. See the full line at your local dealer.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at Mellow Mushroom, right there off 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway.
All the latest in the NFL is the league year has officially begun.
And the Spurs have a big one. We'll talk about it against the Denver Nuggets and Joker.
The Blitz live at Mellow Mushroom. We get started at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You a S&P fan?
Yeah. Wow, wow. Boom, 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 boom.
What did it say?
Meow, meow. Oh, baby, baby. Tell them about it, Tone. Live with the
You ever
honeys.
had a funky cold Medina?
No.
I hadn't either.
What?
I don't know. This I like the guy's
And
rap
I'm on
voice. How'd you like
fire.
to have a conversation with a guy with this voice?
Yeah. He's actually now coaching the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, he does sound like him.
All right. So again, I missed the Celtics Spurs game the other night. There was some, at least on the national things, there was some controversy. But explain to me
Jalen
what
got pushed. It was light, but he came in ready to pick a fight. He was ready to beef. He had a problem with the last game. Only got 4 free throws. We got jobs. I'm the best two-way player in the world. The Spurs just got an alien. And Dylan Harper pushed me. He pushed me. And you don't even call it. And then, he got thrown out. They lost because they lost to a team that they will never be able to beat because we do what they do. I mean, the way you're going to end up beating the Spurs, at least this year, is you're going to out-physical. You're just going to beat them into submission. That's how you're going to beat the Spurs.
Yeah.
And the Celtics aren't built to do that. They're built to shoot over you and run past you. And the Spurs are defensive-minded enough on the edges. We got enough dudes that can play edge defense. And you got Wemby standing in the back. That it's going to be very difficult for the Celtics to play that kind of ball the way that they want to play, the snipe and cut. It's just a style of fight thing that the Celtics are the least equipped to beat the Spurs. I'm not saying anything bad about the Celtics. That's a damn good team.
It's just a matchup
and,
thing.
And if they play at their best, yes, they could probably beat the Spurs, but I don't think they can do it 4 times. So I think that they left knowing that. And whether Jaylen Brown was in or out, they're just not built to beat the Spurs. They're built to beat a lot of teams, but the Spurs are just built to play the kind of game they play and do it better. And That's just kind of the foregone conclusion. But the good news, the Celtics can leave and keep it in the back of their mind that in their idea, they still haven't had a fair fight.
Yeah.
So they got that. But the Spurs were – if Wemby's going to hit 8 threes, you're going to lose to him.
Yeah. I like I said, I didn't see the game, but I saw the box score and I saw the highlights, and I know Wemby scored the most points, but it looked like De'Aaron Fox had just an incredible game.
Oh, when Wemby's hitting threes, the whole court gets wide open. There's all kinds of space to do De'Aaron Fox things.
And was White on Fox most of the night?
They did their best. They switched a couple of guys off, but remember they were shorthanded too. They didn't have Pritchard, so their guard rotation was a little odd. But yeah,
Ron Harper played pretty well though in his stead. I believe
brother battle. He won them, at least in scoring.
Well, good win for San Antonio. That's a nice one to put in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And tonight you've got another good one against Denver. And if Denver looks anything like they looked last night, it's going to be a fight. And
you said something in the break that I think is worth bringing back up. That I looked at the win last night. That Denver asserted their dominance over Houston. They let Houston know you ain't going to beat us if you see us again.
Yeah.
And I said, well, maybe Denver takes a little bit of profit. They played a great basketball game. They did what they wanted to do, and now a little roadie on a back-to-back. Maybe some guys get a little bit fewer minutes. And you brought up the fact they can't afford to take a night off.
No, they are only a game and a half out of the play-in bracket, and they're a half game behind the Lakers and the Rockets right now for home court in the first round. The Nuggets are not where they wanted to be. Like, the Nuggets need to play well down the stretch, not just to build some confidence, but like to position themselves in the standings where they've got a fighting chance. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to see the Nuggets take it easy tonight. I think if the Nuggets have a chance to win, they're going to fight to win this thing. So I think they're in it to win it. I think you mentioned, Wemby questionable.
They're talking about his ankle. I didn't see the ankle. It wouldn't surprise me, certainly, with all the minutes he's logged. But I thought it'd be the nose. He got busted pretty good in the first half. Broke his nose. He's had this whole Kleenex up the nose. And he missed some time. I thought that might be enough.
Oh, I hope he wears a mask.
Maybe he'll get one. But we're getting to the point where, he's got, 17 games or 18 games, something like that. And he's going to have to play in 13 or 14 of them. I mean, he's going to – I'm of the mind, get that out of the way. Get a buffer because, yes, we want you to win Rookie of the Year, but more importantly, the Spurs want to play or pay Wemby the Supermax.
Yeah.
We want to pay him that and then some. We don't want any question as to whether he might even entertain somebody else from someplace else at some point. We want to give him the money as fast as possible. We want him to get all those games in so we can kind of secure some stuff. So we want him to play. I don't want there to be 5 games left and he's got to play all 5. I don't want to get
when the standings are all settled and you'd rather him be able to take.
So get in the game tonight. Let's get that out of the way.
No, I'd like to. I mean, I want to see him up against Joker. But if there was a night to give him a night off, it feels like this is a good one.
He's earned it. But, again, I don't want to go into the last 2 weeks of the season knowing, if he stubs his toe, catches a cold, we forego this whole Rookie of the Year and then the Supermax availability and all this other kind of crap that I just want to get out of the way.
Yeah. It's funny to think about, if it weren't for the Spurs, if the Spurs weren't having the year they're having, Oklahoma City would be 10 games up on the field again.
Easily.
So I'm glad
that's with injuries.
Yeah, I'm glad the Spurs have popped up and made this thing interesting, at least giving us a something else to talk about besides the dominance of Oklahoma City. But yeah, it's a beyond those top 2, it is a jumbled mess to try to make the playoffs and try to battle for positioning between Houston, the Lakers, the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, and the Suns.
We are headed toward a crazy playoff.
And then the Clippers have won 3 games in a row.
Kawhi has won 3 games in a row.
I was of the belief that Kawhi was just washed. I was wrong.
I wouldn't want to play him.
Kawhi he's back in monster mode. 45 points last night for him. I mean, quite frankly, he has been. You could argue going back to I don't know the beginning of February.
Yeah, we're giving him a lot of credit for 6 weeks of hard work, but it's been a good 6 weeks.
I mean, he's 29 points per game, he's a complete player and still a great defender. 34 years old. In my mind, Kawhi's 39 years old, and he's just not. Like that's what I need to keep remembering. I don't know if the Clippers as a team are good enough yet. You know, Edwin was in here saying that, and it's true that they did dump a lot of pieces, but they're still good enough to beat the snot out of a playoff team like Minnesota. Like I'm not looking to play them. And the other
I wish
team,
ill upon him and all who know him.
The other team who they just announced it, Steph is going to miss 6 more games. But I do also think like now Golden State realizes they're a play-in team. They're going to have to battle through it anyway.
They're
so
a play-in team and a spoiler. They want to hurt you.
But if you do have to play them, and now all of a sudden you're going against a healthy Steph and the Warriors, that's a little scary too. So we've talked about teams that I'd prefer to see the Spurs play in round 1. The Clippers and the Warriors are not on my preferred list.
I put them down there though. But yeah, both of them bring savvy pros that know how to win playoff games. I think I'd rather play the Clippers, quite frankly, just because they truly are a one-man band.
Yeah, that's true. Suns, Blazers, cool.
Well, I'll take those any day of the week.
Yeah. But
although the Suns beat us twice, I do think we've cracked the code on those guys though.
I think you might be right. All right. We'll talk about that Denver game coming up a little bit later on in the show. We got some football to get into. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
4. All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. 4. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour. Saturday, March 21st, Alamo Dome. With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back?
back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is St. Jude patient Reagan. She's 3.
Ooh, I like sparkly.
This is Jeritza. She's 5.
Nanona.
And this is Delta. She's 4.
Can you see me now?
They all received treatment for cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Now they can spend their days playing with dolls, making art, and dressing up.
I look beautiful in it.
Instead of thinking about cancer. Thanks to supporters like you, the team at St. Jude has helped push the overall childhood cancer survival rate in the U.S. from 20% to more than 80%. And we won't stop. This is what childhood should be like. Let's help more kids just be kids. Learn more at stjude.org. Finding cures, saving children.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Did you find some Tums, Vic?
Oh, not yet. Hold on.
You were just waiting for me to die.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to bubble up on the mouth.
If that starts, I'm out.
It's over.
I've seen World War Z. I know what happens next.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It's
we're all
over
out of
for
here.
me. Start looking like that cat we have out front door. Boy, Blackie
poor
does not
Scabs.
look good. Scabs is.
Yeah, Scabs is Scabs.
Scabs was by the door yesterday, and yikes.
He's
man.
on the way out. He
Looked
ain't
like
gonna make
somebody scalped him.
Yeah,
Right?
That
ain't
was
gonna make it.
gruesome.
He ain't gonna make it, unfortunately.
It's a hard knock life, baby.
It is, man. The Team USA advanced out of pool play in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, I thought you were talking women's FIBA.
No.
Oh.
We're talking about World Baseball Classic.
I'm an Italian fan.
We'll take on our hat, the 51st state, Canada, in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Would have been a disaster, but luckily the Mexicans laid down for us. They didn't send their best; they sent their worst, and the Italians beat them. Italians beat them by 1 million.
What's going
point
on?
runs.
What's going on in the world?
We should be
able to-
pretty good at baseball.
We should have been. I mean, I know that this is mostly Americans that are playing some level of baseball. I know that, but come on.
Okay, so here's what ended up happening, and this was a fascinating find that somebody
I'm glad
made.
you can tell me what exactly, because in my mind, isn't that one of the most embarrassing
Yes.
things that has ever
And it-
happened to any American national sporting
It really
roster?
could have been. So here's what Mark DeRosa, who's the manager for USA, he thought that we had clinched a trip in. Like he had thought we were clinched before we played Italy. He thought the result didn't matter. So he played a bunch of scrubs. Like he played all the bench guys. We didn't send our best.
Well, that's not really.
And then
that doesn't impress me any.
Well,
like
no.
the brain trust behind this team.
It doesn't impress me. I mean, he got bailed out because, like I
Oh, my
said,
God.
he thought they were clinched and they weren't.
It's so humiliating. I mean, I saw that and thought, I don't know how to even put this in. Dude, give me a reference. Is this as bad as I think it is?
This is it's so embarrassing that Major League Baseball took down the interview with DeRosa where he said it because and then he tried to do a politician spin like, oh, I knew. Like, no, you didn't, dude.
I would think even our backups. I mean, this is the Italian national team. You'd figure even our third stringers would be able to roll out and 10-run rule the Italians.
You would think.
Man, that's just. And I know it's early season and all that, but this considering what the success that every other league has with this international play and baseball is stumbling through it, hoping for the Mexicans to take down the Italians so we can move through. We're not playing Quidditch.
Yeah.
We're playing baseball.
Well, and the other thing is, now it's now we start over. Now a fresh start, and hopefully they get it together. But there was a lot of was a very pro-Mexican crowd in Houston last night. And but Italy's been very good. Italy hasn't lost a game yet. They've got major league talent on that roster, and Aaron Nola pitched 5 shutout innings yesterday. You got that guy, you're in pretty good shape. So luckily, we avoided the disaster.
God.
Thanks to Italy.
Thank goodness for basketball or baseball to be going through the ringer right now.
Yeah, and Canada, they won back-to-back games against Puerto Rico and Cuba to ascend to the top of Pool A. So it's maybe not as easy as of a run as we thought it was going to be through this thing. There's some teams that are surprising. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not Israel and Netherlands.
Which I'm afraid of now. It's an American.
But, yeah, so Canada is the next round up. That'll be Friday. And, the loss on Tuesday was pretty bad. But worse was the fact that the manager thought that they were clinched when they weren't. That's embarrassment. Embarrassment.
Yeah, better be thought a fool than speak and prove it.
Thank you, Mexico, for laying down. Grazie, Italianos, for showing up and doing
stupid.
one.
It really is stupid and embarrassing. I wish they were doing this at a different time of the year, but I guess there's just no way.
Yeah. This feels like a time of year where they can catch some eyes.
I would have thought this would be easy. I would have thought that this time of year would have been fine.
Let's
go mid-season.
What's distracting your attention from it?
From baseball?
Mm-hmm.
We're right in the middle of playoff run basketball, right in the middle of free agency period, the hot stove period for football, which news is coming from 8 in the morning till 9 o'clock at night. And then you throw in college basketball winding down. They're 4th on the docket, and then you go to ESPN. They're even behind wrestling. I'm not kidding. So you look at what's down the docket. Baseball is kind of a distant down there, especially with that kind of embarrassing loss. If I'm an editor at ESPN or any of the nationals, I'm not leaning into this.
Yeah. I think they were hoping that this thing would have the appeal of like the Olympics or something like that.
I thought the unifying
it just kind of hasn't. But although maybe now when we get into these into the elimination games and stuff like that, maybe we'll be more into it. I don't know.
It's hard for me to root for Judge anytime, but so put on red, white, and blue, and maybe I'll clap for you.
Yeah. But we'll see. Hopefully, there's some intriguing matchup down the line. Maybe it'll be like Ohtani against I'd be down for something like that.
I can't put into context what I witnessed, so I'm kind of mentally out.
Yeah.
If you want to impress me, win easily.
Yeah. Not a great start to this thing for Team USA, but they live to fight another day.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to our.
So are they? Where are they? Are the games
friends.
Kind of rotating around different places?
Yeah. They had a few of them in Houston, a few in. Where are the other ones at? Well, remember, there's also some in Canada and Mexico too.
I knew that I'd seen one in Canada. So it's kind of like what they're doing with World Cup.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Yeah, it may be trying to preview this thing, but I don't know where the other games are. I think. I
was just curious. It's not just one location. They're bouncing around, letting a lot of people see the games.
Yeah. I think that. I mean, I don't know if that would have been a good or a bad idea.
One location?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Make an event? I don't know.
That seems like a long one for one place.
It does seem to be.
But it would be pretty cool.
Too many games. Especially with there's too many teams in this thing. Which, by the way, they could probably trim down from like.
I thought that until we lost to the Italians, we might be the ones trimmed.
That's true. Maybe so. Maybe.
I think everybody should get to come play.
But as long as they send their best.
Well, did you see there's like a Latvian pitcher that went 6 scoreless innings or something? I saw a whole story and his run is done, so he's going back home to go to work.
Well, yeah, he's pitching against, in Latvia, he pitches against homeless guys.
Well, he went 6 scoreless against evidently some team that had some kind of ballers on it. So back to work for you.
I mean, how about that the Brazilian kid who's got to go back to school now? Team Brazil had a 17-year-old that throws like 108. So everybody's got some of these guys, except us apparently. When we put our scrubs in, they're terrible.
I'm a baseball scout, and I see a 17-year-old throwing legit 104, 105. That dude's not leaving the country.
Yeah, take all my money, bro. You're here. Forget high school, man. You don't need that.
Come here. We are going to live well.
We'll figure it out. All right, let's talk some NFL on the other side of this one. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal that actually feels like a win. With Straight Talk Wireless, you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. No contracts, no credit checks, no surprises, all on Verizon's 5G network. Find it in the same place you've always found straightforward prices, exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Statistics show roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every single day. And every day, more than 1,000 dogs are euthanized.
After the Navy, I became a recluse.
I felt like I was still in combat mode.
I felt lost and confused.
For 15 years, Canines for Warriors has been the nation's leading nonprofit organization, providing service dogs for veterans battling PTSD and other invisible wounds of war.
Thanks to my service dog, Lady Cameo, I got my life back.
I'm able to get out of bed in the morning.
Be excited, happy about today.
More than 1,200 veteran lives saved. More than 2,500 dogs rescued. Families made whole again. Canines for Warriors is more than a service dog program. It's a promise that no veteran should ever walk alone. To learn more, visit caninesforwarriors.org. Canines for Warriors, saving veterans, rescuing dogs, restoring families.
Harry Douglas here. I don't wait for birthdays to celebrate. I grab Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes like rich vanilla birthday cake with buttery funfetti goodness. Seriously, it's unapologetically extra in the best way. And it's sugar-free, so I get all that cake flavor without the guilt. It's tiny, portable, and ready for whenever I need a quick boost. I keep one with me because you never know when you'll need a little party energy. The funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Why do you love Shriners Children's?
I love seeing all the opportunities she gets from being here. It's the look on her face the first time we walked in and she saw somebody else that looked like her.
They take good care of you.
It's just amazing because when I come here, I feel like I belong.
Shriners Children's provides specialized care and therapy that helps kids like me do what I love most.
At first, when the accident happened, we didn't think she was gonna walk again, but when she came to Shriners, it gave us hope that, hey, Braylee's gonna walk again.
This place is amazing, and I can't believe how much it's helped me through my hard times.
What I love about Shriners Children's is the mission. There's nowhere else in the world that I could provide the care that we provide for the patient and the family. Thank you for helping us do what we love the most.
To learn more, visit loveshriners.org. Thank you.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Dang, I forgot the wakeboard. How am I supposed to enjoy myself without my favorite water activity? I mean, sure, we could still go tubing, fishing, or even just relax on a floaty, but without the wakeboard, what's the point?
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Your professional indoor football team, the San Antonio Gunslingers, kick off Sunday, March 29th at Freeman Coliseum. Tickets on sale now. Season, group, individual. Bring your family, friends, or your crew. Get yours at sagunslingers.com. Guns up.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are still working this accident on I-10 westbound Woodlake Parkway, east side of town. Wreck with 2 right lanes blocked. A closure 35 southbound Palo Alto to Somerset and southbound 35 between Mueller Way to Highway to 410. Both of those closures are due to accidents. Still have this road work downtown, 35 southbound just past 37 281. Various lanes blocked along the way. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs get back to business tonight, welcoming in the Nuggets up to the Frost Center. Victor Wembanyama is questionable tonight with an ankle injury. His nose is kind of sore, too. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock. It'll be on the FanDuel Sports Network. In the NFL, the Cowboys are waving goodbye to defensive tackle Osa Odigizua. He's headed to the 49ers for a third-round pick, the 92nd overall in this year's draft. It frees up $16 million in salary cap. Finally, in college hoops, the Texas Longhorns were bounced in the first round of the SEC tournament. They fell to Ole Miss 76-66. Texas A&M takes on Oklahoma tonight at 8:30, a game you can catch live on ESPN 1250. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
7:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How much did you guys get into the Maxx Crosby deal yesterday?
Oh, it was breaking. It broke the afternoon you were on your way to Dallas. So, and then by the morning, I guess it was just about this time, maybe a little bit later, the Henderson signing broke. And I was like, all right, the black helicopters are in full play here. So we hit it pretty hard because the Raiders got screwed.
Yeah.
Screwed.
From what I was reading, it's like everyone said it was kind of known that Crosby's not at a point in his rehab where he could pass a physical. Like, they knew what they were getting when they did it.
Yeah,
but
they just had to go through it.
But then they were like, well,
we can get Henderson for less. We're going to do that.
And not give up any first-round picks.
The Raiders got hammered. So, they signed dudes with money they thought they were going to have that now they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know how the league lets this go by. We're going to have to fix this. I don't know what the fix is, but Vegas got screwed.
They kind of did. Again, I think that they knew when the trade went down. I think everyone involved pretty much knew where Crosby was with his knee, and it wasn't at a point where he was going to be able to pass a full-blown physical.
That's on Baltimore. They should have. I'm sorry. We all knew. You should have known.
Yeah, but they make the deal anyway, and then. I mean, imagine being the Raiders and they call you and be like, "Hey, man, he didn't pass his physical," and it's like. Yeah,
that's why we traded him.
You knew he wasn't going to pass his physical because he had knee surgery. Like, of course he didn't.
But my concern is there something deeper? Did they see something that could be, he might get over this, but there's something underneath here that he ain't ever getting over. And I doubt
possible,
that, but that would be the only thing that I would accept from Baltimore. I will not accept, we thought he'd be able to do a physical. Well, that's due diligence stuff. That's your fault. You should have known. If they did have a doctor or a backup doctor or a third opinion come in and say, there's more to this than this. It's more than just a trimmed meniscus. There's something underlying that you need to be concerned about. And I haven't heard that, and I don't believe it to be true. But if it was the case, then I could buy as the NFL, okay, now I can see you voiding it. But just because you made the deal 6 weeks before he can do the physical part of the evaluation, no, that's on you, man. You made the deal. You're kind of rolling the dice on this. I agree.
Eric DaCosta, the GM for the Ravens, when people were talking about he had buyer's remorse and that's why he got out, he said, I understand how people might maybe from afar would feel that way.
No, you did it. Admit it.
But nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. And so a big regret for me, but we will move on as a football team.
And I hate the fact that I'm in a place that I have to defend the hapless Raiders. But I do feel like they got hook, line, and sinkered. They got the ball under the cup trick. Like they lifted up the ball and the cup was and the ball was in the cup and it was gone. What do you mean? We got hoodwinked. We were put in pause for the 48 most active hours of free agency. We were put in frozen animation. We weren't allowed to act because we assumed we had done something, and we made other moves, And now you're kicking it back. I just feel like the Raiders played within the rules. I'm not mad so much at the Raiders. I'm mad at the process and the way the rules are set up, because the Raiders were, we did things in justifiable reliance. Other teams did things in reliance and expectation of this move. And then if I'm Joe Burrow and I'm watching Cincinnati lose the dude that now I'm going to be playing against twice a year, this whole thing stinks. It just stinks.
The Ravens had already started talking to Trey Hendrickson before they voided the deal with Crosby. And when he got called out for that, the GM said, well, we once we knew we were losing Tyler Linderbaum
to the Raiders,
we kind of started thinking about the idea of pairing up Maxx Crosby and Trey Hendrickson. Yeah.
We have an extra $100 million laying around.
Yeah. It's like we were going to go we've also considered having Lamar Jackson, but also like trying to get Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and we can afford it too.
Yeah.
We have
it's
money
that
hidden.
easy.
So, again, they played the game as it was set up by the rules. But the rules, something inside there needs to change, because now I can, if I have a player injured and I can make a fake deal and create a false scenario where teams then suddenly act in reaction to my act. Like I bring in an edge rusher, and then a team in my division goes, oh, crap, I better go get a left tackle. We're going to place Crosby. So then they go sign the left tackle, spend all their money. I go, oh, King's X, we weren't really – all that money you just spent, yeah, well, we don't need to do that. So we're going to send Crosby back, and now you're on the hook for a left tackle that, quite frankly, you probably didn't need to pay as much money as you had to, but now you got him for 5 years. Congratulations.
Yeah.
One of those things. I just don't like the way this went down. I don't know what the fix is, though. I don't know what you do.
I don't know either. I don't know, like, should there because it's not. I think most people agree the Raiders didn't act in ill will when they made this deal. Like, most people, again, I think the Raiders certainly knew that Maxx Crosby wasn't at his physical best at the moment.
It's not my job at that point. I think when you saw him on crutches, he had surgery 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much do you want me to tell you. That's why this doesn't feel right. I don't know where. I know I'm not selling a car. I'm dealing in a human being. But how much am I supposed to disclose other than the obvious? Like you knew he had surgery. Everybody else knew. I don't know when everybody knew it.
And the thing about it that stinks for the Raiders is maybe there's another team that would have. I mean, we talked about the Cowboys.
Or
the Cowboys
Bears. The Bears are going, we were in with two. I'm glad we didn't get stuck with something but I get the sense they knew. Like, we were all in on this.
I think so too.
And then I got called out yesterday on the Brigade Bar. Remember how you jumped Jerry the day before? Well, now that first and second round pick makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Like the guy's hurt. I'm not going to give you all that.
We knew he was hurt.
And it sounds like Jerry knew he was hurt and went a little lower, thinking everybody else would go, you're going to give a first and a second for a guy you haven't even worked out, or a two number ones? That's crazy. I'm going to offer a first and a second, and if you guys are going to go that far, I don't want to spend that kind of money. Now, that helps me justify Jerry's action. Yeah, you were in the room, and you offered the appropriate amount, it sounds like, for a guy that you couldn't work out. And if you'd have taken that deal and go, well, I can't work him out yet, that's why I traded that second rounder instead of a first. And you go, oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
But, I mean, it's national news that Maxx Crosby had knee surgery in January.
Yeah, there's no excuse.
This is not
for this.
It's not like the Raiders were trying to do some back alley stuff and not tell us that Max had his procedure. He had knee surgery.
And we had Dr. Garrett on, and he said the same thing. Like he just couldn't work out yet. Is there a reasonable expectation that he's going to be fine? Yes, there is a reasonable expectation. But I can find plenty of medical experts to come in on the other side of this. And Baltimore can find plenty of doctors to come in and say, we don't know. There's a possibility you could never play again. It might be 0.05%, but there is a possibility, so we're going to avoid this thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is to avoid things like this, because it does feel like the Ravens pulled a fast one.
They did. There's no question they did.
Because what did the Ravens lose out on here?
Paying a bunch of money. They didn't have to.
They didn't lose anything. They went and they end up with an elite pass rusher anyway.
And they got draft picks.
Yeah. And if Trey Hendrickson had said no and gone on to somewhere else, my guess is this trade wouldn't have been voided.
Absolutely agree. The timing doesn't fit.
So what's the answer? Lose a draft pick? I don't know.
That's what I brought up. Maybe there's you got to forfeit something for doing this, for the time that you wasted.
But also, it's within the rules.
Again, I'm not mad at Baltimore. They played the rules as they were written. I'm a little upset that Vegas got screwed this way. So I go, well, the fix to this is in the process. It's in how things are done, how the timing of the paperwork, the way moves are made. There's a fix in there. I'm not familiar enough with the process where that fix is, but we obviously can't have a 36-hour window where you're probably not going to keep him, but you just kind of sit tight to like 4 hours before the deadline to start signing deals, and you announce the deal with his replacement within an hour. I mean, within 6 hours, overnight. The timing tells me you pulled a fast one and you knew it.
Yeah, and again, I don't know that like Claymore says, tell us you were wrong about Jerry on this Crosby deal.
I was just saying.
I don't know that I don't know that you were wrong. Because I think when Jerry made the offer, he like everyone else
knew he was hurt.
I knew when the Ravens offered 2 firsts that Maxx Crosby had knee surgery in January. The assumption is he'll be ready to go. I don't know. That it seemed like there were multiple teams that offered 2 first-round picks. That's what he's worth.
And Jerry didn't.
The Ravens found an option that made them not have to give up 2 first-round picks.
So honestly, what do you think happens to Crosby now?
I think he's a Raider now.
I think they're stuck with him. Yeah,
I think so. And I honestly I don't know that he's mad about it, but I think the Raiders organizationally are disappointed because, I mean, we talked about how he's not on their timeline.
Yeah, luckily neither side burned a bridge. Luckily, Max didn't blow him up on the way out the door. Like, what a terrible organization. And luckily, the Raiders kind of said, go with God. Go and be fruitful. They sent him to a really good team. I mean, they could have sent him to Chicago, and where failure might have been imminent. But they sent him to a team where they were going to play, and they got their just desserts for that, and then they got screwed. Yeah. And the sad thing, I'll say it again, I can't believe I'm defending the Raiders. I'm all about bad things happening to the Raiders just because they're the Raiders. But this time, it just ain't fair.
Well,
or just, I think, would be a better term. Fair out the window.
We'll wait and see what's going on with Max. His surgeon says that he's on track for recovery. If anything, he's ahead of schedule. That's what his surgeon says. But again, he had surgery in January. Any athlete in the world has surgery in January, they're not going to pass a physical in the beginning of March. He had knee surgery. What do you want him to do? He says Max remains on track to return during the offseason program and will undoubtedly return as the dominant game wrecker he's been these past 7 seasons. So I'm a Maxx Crosby fan. So I'm kind of hopeful that he does an FU tour and just
it's appropriate for him to do it because there's certainly money at the end of the rainbow if he does it.
Yeah. I'm not like I don't really like or dislike the Raiders.
No,
part of me wishes I was a Raiders fan because they have the coolest helmets in the they have the coolest uniforms in the NFL, I think. But I just they're another team to me, and I lived in the town, and to me they're just another team. I don't really think of them one way or the other, so I don't have like a disdain for them. But I do like Maxx Crosby. I want to see him do well, so I hope he shoves it up everyone's, including the Ravens. Kick their ass. I hope he hits Lamar Jackson so far.
On the other side of this, Trey Hendrickson is finally free. He finally is. He got out of jail.
Yeah.
He got paid, and he landed on a pretty good team.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a good thing that happened to a dude that had gotten royally screwed over for a couple of years. So on the other side of this coin, at least the free Trey thing is done. He is now a free man and can go play on a football team that's going to like him. He's getting paid. They're going to welcome him with a red carpet where you felt like nobody even talked to Trey on the Bengals because he had been, begging for money and they wanted to find a way to get rid of him. Yeah. So on the other side of this, a good thing happened to a kid that probably deserves a good thing to happen to him.
Yeah. So, and the Ravens are no worse for this.
No.
Trey Hendrickson, he's an older version, but he's been just as dominant as Maxx Crosby's been. I mean, this is They still got an elite pass rusher.
And saved 2 draft picks.
Pretty wise business, I guess. All right, we'll talk about the Cowboys made some moves as well. We'll do that on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How you feel this morning? Anything bothering you? Anything painful keeping you out of your day? You need to stop and consider your life, because life is too short to be kept out of busy and fun things. That's why Arosty has been so successful around San Antonio, because that's what they do. They get people out of pain so they can go live their lives. So if you're dealing with one of those, maybe a short-term thing that you're trying to get back into the real game, a strain or a pull, man, nothing works better than an Arosty treatment or two, and you'll be back in the game quick. Trust me. Tony Parker, Becky Hammond, name just a couple of professional athletes that utilized Arosty. And maybe you're dealing with something long-term that you just have given up on. Maybe it's a lower back issue, those painful frozen shoulders and bad hips. Arosty can fix those remarkably fast. It's how they do it that makes them so successful. It's not your typical doctor stop. You get a hands-on visit from your Arosty provider. They're going to figure out where the problem is, and that's really the key, because they find where the problem is and they fix the problem, not the pain. The problem causes the pain. And then before you know it, you're feeling good. So what do you need to do? Write this number down, 1-800-404-6050. Again, you don't need a referral. You can just call them right now, or you can go to their website, Arosty.com. It works. Listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. I've used Arosty for years. You should too. Go there, and I know you're going to be thanking me later.
4. All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. 4. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Car wreck? What happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows you deserve to get compensated for your injuries. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. The name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Progressive Insurance knows pets, and one of the biggest differences between people and pets is that we don't eat things off the floor. But dogs definitely will, and it makes them so happy, no matter what it looks like, smells like, or what state of decomposition it's in. We all want to go through life that carefree, and that's also why you should get Progressive Pet Insurance, because they eat things off the floor. So protect your pet from all the questionable life decisions they make. You know where they drink from when you're gone, right? Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and conditions.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Love college basketball? Gear up for another exciting season of college ball with a special offer from BetMGM. Sign into your BetMGM account and enjoy a college basketball odds boost token to snag even more winnings on your next bet. Just log into the BetMGM Sportsbook app, add any college basketball bet to your bet slip, and activate your odds boost token. If you win your bet with your token activated, you'll score extra winnings. It's that simple. Log in and enjoy our odds boost token to help you create another memorable season of college ball. Head for the net with BetMGM all season long. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Totel.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
This is a Wookiee. This is house stuff.
Yeah, it came out in 95. Good stuff, man. Josh Wink.
This is DJ.
Yeah, this
Tip
is
your DJ.
I'd play this about 3 a.m. and full dance floor. Everyone's all tweaking.
Everybody's amped up appropriately.
I feel like I need some cocaine and Red Bull.
Oh, yeah.
This is an MDMA fuel
Hey, what's
party.
up? What's up, girl? You having a good time? You
want some orange juice?
You having a great time? I'm having a great time.
Want to start a
Great
business?
time.
You want to go get tacos?
Want to start a business?
Man, what a great night.
This
Need a ride home?
Yeah,
I can drive.
I'm going to run home.
These were the times when I was DJing, I was coming home when the sun was coming up.
Yeah.
See, normally when we are traveling and doing our show from the West Coast, I'm headed to work in the middle of the throng of people that, you know, just
well, especially in Vegas, because Vegas, when we get to work, Vegas is
they're opening.
They're
up
still
the club.
open.
Yeah, they're barely winding down.
So yeah, I hear this normally on the way to work.
This is where it gets weird.
Oh, not the. There's dogs going crazy right now.
Oh yeah, like hey.
Oh, all right. Another
All right,
life.
here we go,
Enough.
here we
Slow
go.
it
Have you
down.
ever gone
Slow
to
it down.
ACL or any of these festivals and seen the silent disco? Where all
Oh
the
yeah,
dudes
that's cool.
are wearing
Everyone's
the
with headphones and they're just all moving
dancing
around. Hey, those are cool. I've
Man,
done.
I could put a lawn chair and watch that all day.
I DJ'd 2 of those before, and it's pretty fun. It's neat, you
and
know.
you can change the channel on your headphone to.
The Cowboys trade Osa Odighizuwa for a third-round pick to the San Francisco 49ers. I don't
know why everybody's mad at this. I mean, Kenny Clark and Osa Odighizuwa, they're the same guy. They are.
They pretty much are.
They're average football players. Just pick the one you want to keep and trade the other one.
Well, yeah. I
have as much allegiance to those guys, and I don't know Kenny Clark. I know Odighizuwa, so certainly the familiarity. I mean, I met the dude. I don't want to say goodbye. He's a nice guy, but if you're comparing apples and oranges, those are both apples. I mean, and you can clear some room, fine. Odighizuwa was a perfectly good defender, but keep in mind he was on that defense that was biblically bad. I mean, it's not like we're down talent because they moved him.
I think the thought was that Osa, 27 years old.
There's the younger. I get
drafted as a Cowboy. He was. I mean, he's nothing special, but he is like you'd have to consider him of the defenders you've drafted in the last 5 years.
Absolutely.
He's one of the success stories.
He is better than when they drafted him. He's improved every year, but that doesn't mean his ceiling is that high. I mean, he is what he is. And
I agree.
And keeping Kenny Clark, he certainly is what he is. And I do think that there's some ego involved with this, but at the end of the day, I don't think they're any lesser, whether they traded Osa or Clark. But they did pick up a draft pick. The key to this deal, of course, will be how they use the pick.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, in this new defense that they're running, it's going to be more of a 3-4 base. You're not going to need multiple guys, multiple defensive tackles trying to rush the passer. Like we know what Quinnen Williams is the man in that spot now.
Better be.
That's his job. Everybody else around them, they're
rotational players.
Yeah. And I think everyone, and that includes Osa. And as much as I like the guy too, I mean, you only got room for so many of them. Third-round pick, all right.
And I
ain't
get
mad
the
at it.
ego. I made the trade for this guy. I can't cut him now. I can't move along. There was a purpose behind this, so I get the pride of ownership from the GM side of things, especially because I find the talent equal. My concern here is there's been a lot of activity. The Cowboys have been active. I won't hold that against them. A lot of guys have been signed. I don't know them. There's a lot of guys that you go, oh, yeah, I know that name vaguely. So there's nothing that's really moved the needle for me. So this is either going to be one of those spectacular low-key off seasons that you just don't see very often from the Cowboys, or an abject failure. I mean, because these guys are not needle movers, and maybe in combination with a draft with these extra picks, this will turn out into a rather interesting, if not, extraordinary talent acquisition period. But my expectation was a couple of big names and, hope. And that's not been what they've done. They have gone kind of workmanlike and gotten dudes that are built to play in the system they're going to play, and they've stuck to that mantra. So this could be perfect. I just have no idea.
Part of the bummer on this, if you're a Dallas fan, is, I mean, it was less than a year ago you signed Osa to an extension, and that included $52 million guaranteed overall, which means now Dallas takes on $16 million in dead money to make this trade.
But they take on the money, but they cleared some cap.
They cleared 4.75, but they take on 16 of dead. So, and the stats on Osa don't tell the whole story, because Osa he only had 3.5 sacks, but he had, of all the defensive tackles in the league, he had the most quarterback hits. He was 5th in pass rush win rate and 20th in pressure rate. And over the past 5 seasons, Osa ranked 4th in quarterback hits and 10th in win rate amongst defensive tackles.
But then again,
those are good numbers.
They did get a third rounder for him, so they did extract some value. They better draft a starter. I mean, you're drafting in the third round. That's a starter. So you better find one to justify this deal.
Yeah, it would have been. I think, again, with the 3-4 and now with Quinnen Williams there, like you don't need all 3 of those guys. You've got better places to spend your money on the defensive side. But
what do you think of the Cowboys haul? I mean, it's certainly a bunch of guys, a bunch of moderately successful dudes that are coming to play a very specific skill set, but nothing that really. I just kind of assumed, the way Jerry was talking, that he would bring in something.
A big splash. You thought a big splash. I think Quinnen Williams was the big splash.
Probably.
And I'm not mad at that.
No,
there's not many players that you could have gotten that are better than Quinnen Williams. So had they waited till the offseason to make that trade, I'd be going, wow, great job, great get for the Cowboys.
I just don't know how to grade them, because I don't know what good teams do because I've been a Cowboy fan so long. I know this is different.
The other thing they did was they traded Solomon Thomas to the Titans for a
pick swap.
They basically move up 7 spots in the draft.
So that just tells me Solomon did not fit.
No. So from 225 to 218. So they swap 7th round picks, and the Titans get Solomon Thomas.
Okay.
Now, Solomon Thomas, who was once a top 5 pick in the NFL draft.
Oh, remember those days?
Just got traded for a pick swap from the 225th team to the 218th team.
So you get to play for the worst team in football. Good for you.
That's congratulations on that. I think you're right that the whole offseason is going to boil down to what they do with these draft picks, particularly the 2 firsts and a 3rd. They obviously they didn't have that 3rd round pick because of George Pickens. I think you're happy you gave up your 3rd round draft pick to get George Pickens. In hindsight, you wouldn't do anything like that over again. So, I think we'll judge the Cowboys offseason post draft, because it's too early to know now.
And I'm just not used to the workman-like approach here. It just seems like they're doing their due diligence. They circled the guys they wanted. They weren't the A players.
It's not flashy.
And
that's for sure.
And they went and got them. So if you're telling me this is because you're a new group, a new defense, and I get the sense we're filling defense first. That's the way it looks to me, at least so far. I'm going to trust you until I see until the goods are done. But you only get 1 year of this. If this doesn't work this year, you've set yourself back with a bunch of average dudes.
They've certainly been busy. You can't say that they're not doing anything, and that's I at least give them some credit for taking some swings, and you almost have to, because again, I think this is going to be a very different looking defensive team. Like I think from a from a personnel standpoint, there had to be changes. Mm-hmm. So I give them credit for taking shots here with and again, these are kind of B, C level guys that they're taking shots with. But if one of them hits, okay. It's almost like they tried with Solomon Thomas. If it would have hit, awesome. It didn't hit. All right, well, move on.
Well, I used to have a coach that always used to say, don't confuse activity with productivity. Just because you're moving around doesn't mean you're doing anything good. Just means you're active.
Yeah, we won't know for a while.
Yeah.
But if they had not been active, we'd be going, okay, so they're going to try a whole new defense with the same defensive players? That's dumb. It's like saying, okay, your quarterback's Peyton Manning. But you want to start running a zone read where the quarterback runs the football. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make any sense. You've got to make changes. Like, it's just – so I get it. They're making changes that they feel like are going to fit this new defense. They're putting some trust in his decision-making, I would assume, on what kind of personnel he needs. If it works,
I'm
cool. If it doesn't, well –
you're doing things differently. I'll give you that. You're not hitting a home run. You're hitting singles. You're bunting your guys around. I'm with you. As long as it works, I'm willing to withhold judgment. But right now, I feel like, yeah, you guys get a solid C. There are guys you needed, and you went and got guys. So here we go.
I mean, I think Rashawn Gary certainly falls into the guys who there's potential there. Like, I don't know if Rashawn Gary's any good or not. Like, I kind of think he's not, but there's a reason why if you're a first-round pick in the NFL, you will keep getting chances.
I agreed.
And that's in the NBA, it's the same thing. If you're a lottery pick in the NBA and you flame out one place, somebody else will give you a try. But just because
I can fix it.
Yeah, everybody's going to hold out hope that, man, maybe this will work. And to various degrees, sometimes it does. But like getting these guys who stock has dropped since they were drafted into the league is it's a thing now that I think more teams are seeing as a way to get cheap guys and have some hope that and I think the perfect example of this is Sam Darnold, a guy who his stock had fallen almost off the map. Somebody took a chance on him. Now they're rewarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you make the right place, the right bed for some of these guys. Here's the worry for me with the Cowboys is I know that the scouting staff is good at picking some positions, but they're not good at picking others. And they are not very good at scouting defensive linemen. They're just not. We've whiffed way too many times on that. So when we're looking at free agency, I go, what are you bad at scouting? Well, defensive linemen, you're not very good at it. So go find the free agents that have proven their mettle someplace else and go draft those flash-in-the-pan cornerbacks that you keep finding, those 1 and 2 year superstars. Just keep finding those guys, and we'll plug in through free agency those other positions that obviously you don't scout very well, but do what you're good at, and we'll draft those guys.
Well, it kind of feels like that's what they've done.
I agreed. I'm not upset with how things are progressing because we're keeping defensive linemen that we did not draft. I mean, Digazoo, another one that, didn't quite work, but these guys have proven their mettle elsewhere. And so I trust that idea. So if you draft appropriately with getting workman-like guys in those positions, you get an A. Right now, it's a C.
Yeah, Quinnen, Kenny Clark, Rashawn Gary, they're counting on somebody else's scouting.
Yes, because obviously we're not seeing it.
Yeah, so we'll see what but it does make me wonder what the Cowboys plan to do on draft day.
Well, obviously cornerback is getting more and more appropriate because they haven't signed one. And again, you're actually pretty good at that. You've found guys. Now you've overpaid them later on, but you've found guys that have a unique talent, whether it be for getting turnovers or high pointing balls or whatever it might be, that your corners and backs, you've sustained yourself. You've just overpaid and locked yourself into guys that weren't appropriate for long or high pay. But I will give you credit for finding them.
Yeah. I would also not be surprised if the Cowboys try to get some offensive line help. I think they still probably feel like they need that.
Third rounder feels appropriate, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, although offensive line, like if you don't take one in the first round, usually they're no good. But the Cowboys haven't been good at doing that either.
That's the other thing. How good are you finding linemen? You're running about 50%, which might be about the league average.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you this. You don't have a very good eye for left tackle.
No.
You might want to let somebody else find that for you.
No. So, it does make me curious what the Cowboys are going to do on draft day because this was the front line was something I really expected them to go after in the draft by making all these moves. it kind of tells me that they're building it the way that they want to without hoping that some particular guy falls in their lap.
Hits will be fine, and those guys rarely do.
But they still need corner help. They still need linebacker help. They still need safety help. And then I think offensive line. I think they'll add another running back in this draft too. Would not shock me. And if a sexy one is around,
you're saying Jeremiah Love?
I'm just saying if there's a sexy one around when they get to pick, it would not shock me if the Cowboys try to do something sexy.
Think of the marketing opportunities with that.
That's right. That is right. All right. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. I want to discuss the latest in college hoops as we start to fill out the bracket a little bit. Start to get some teams in. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Oh, the weather's turning pretty. Oh, well, there it is. The weather's turning pretty, and if you're heading out of town, headed out for spring break this week or next, and you're worried about where to take your dogs, I got the answer. It's Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. That's where I take my dogs. That's where my family now takes their animals because, my goodness, we're talking about a resort. They're on 35, just outside of 1604, a hop, skip, and a jump from the airport. So if you're heading out of town, stop off on your way in and pick them up on your way out. They got 17,000 square foot of play space indoor and outdoor, and as it gets warmer, they get wet play. If you're looking for grooming, they got that. Man, they know what they're doing there. And, of course, training. If you want to get a little trained up, they do all that for you. It is an ideal place to take your animals, your dogs, and know full well they're going to be taken care of the way you would take care of your dogs. People working there love the animals, and you can tell by the way the animals leave. They don't want to go, and they're happy when they get there. So remember this number, 210-750-1297. 210-750-1297. They have availability now. They got the daily availability. If you're heading out of town this weekend, call them now. They'll get you taken care of. That's Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit. They're on 35 just outside of 1604. It's my pet resort. Make them yours. Call them today and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Working trouble spots at I-10 westbound at Woodlake Parkway, east side of town. Accident with 2 right lanes blocked. A closure at 35 southbound Palo Alto over to Somerset, and then southbound 35 between New Laredo Highway to 410. Both of those closures due to an accident. Road work downtown 35 southbound between or just past 37 281. Various lanes blocked along the way. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
The future won't wait. Neither should you. That's why American Public University offers affordable, flexible master's programs to keep you moving forward. American Public University, built for what's next. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is in the Alamo City. Lifted Truck San Antonio is on the corner of I-35 and Judson. Plus, come check out some of the baddest trucks live at the Roo Pub at the biggest St. Patrick's Day block party, March 17th.
The most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
A message from Tia Mori, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle, it's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk, it brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid to
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, we are live at Mellow Mushroom right there off 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway.
All the latest in the NFL is the league year has officially begun.
And the Spurs have a big one. We'll talk about it against the Denver Nuggets and Joker.
The Blitz live at Mellow Mushroom. We get started at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the huddle. Here on San Antonio Sports Star. Yeah, I'm Rob. AJ, he went to Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
That's the new, it's the new code. If you went to Buc-ee's, it's like you go to see a man about a horse. You're going to go drop the kids off at the pool. If your pants are unzipped, my wife says your barn door's open, or HEB. It's like in basketball when there's a guy coming up behind you, you scream, wolf. You know somebody's coming to get the ball.
It!
When I say, he went to Buc-ee's, you know what he did. You know what he was doing.
Yeah, he's inspecting.
Where is he? He went to Buc-ee's.
He went to inspect the restroom.
Yeah, he's
checking things
dropping
out.
Kids off at the pool.
I made a mistake last night.
What'd you eat?
You made a poor decision over the last 24 hours.
I said I wasn't hungry, so we went, and my sister was in town, and we went and got some drinks. We had some nice spicy margaritas.
Oh, did you go to
spicy?
And the problem was,
where'd you go?
Well, I don't want to say.
Because
it's
not a pleasant experience.
No, I mean, today's not a pleasant experience. But it's my own doing.
If it's 36 or 24 hours or 12 hours after you ate there, that's you doing.
But
it. If it's 2 hours, it's them.
I wasn't hungry enough to eat like full blown food, so we ordered some nachos and some queso for the table, and the nachos came with the blistered jalapenos.
Oh, the fire roasted jalapenos.
Yeah, and that's a weakness for me.
You're gonna have to stop that.
I really do. I just need to stop. So
so I don't feel bad for you.
You should.
That's on you.
I ate one of the jalapenos on the nachos. Like I cut it into little slivers and put it on the nachos. And then at the end, when the nachos were all gone, there was still one more of those jalapenos.
And you just ate it like that?
And I just ate it.
Oh,
That's
no.
I have no pity for you at all.
With the spicy margarita to chase it?
Yeah.
Ugh.
There's a real
no way, man.
I saw something bouncing around the socials. There's a restaurant. There's a family of restaurants that serves chispas here in town.
Mm-hmm.
And they were asking people to share their best chispas story. And it's funny how all of us that have spent any time at any of the La Fogata properties around San Antonio, whether they're La Fogata or the other ones that have the same
Mirasol.
family, Mirasol, the legend of their margarita now chispas. And everybody has a story, and it sounds remarkably like everybody else's story.
Yeah.
There used to be a time, for those of you that remember, they would limit you to 2.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give you more than 2 of those. Now that kind of has been lifted, and the stories have gotten better.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of do that to yourself.
Oh,
like
yeah, again, the legend of the chispa, if you've had more than 2, there's always a story to follow it. And there was a lot of good stories. So the spicy margarita, the lore lives on. Just don't eat the jalapeno.
There was a place in Austin called Baby Acapulco that had they served their margaritas were out of the machines, the frozen margaritas. That's what they were famous for. And there was one, the purple margarita it was called.
Oh, yeah.
And it was made with, they had Everclear.
And so much alcohol it wouldn't freeze.
Yeah, and you
Like,
could
this thing
only
doesn't even ice over.
You could only order one.
Well, that's the chispas. The legend of, we all assumed it's Everclear. I don't really know what's in the chispa, but I know I've seen visions.
Well, I
seen the size of that chicken.
When my wife and I were dating, we almost stopped dating because of that place, because I drank my purple margarita, her purple margarita, and then
you went all purple all over the place.
And then I drank
some purple violence,
a couple of blue margaritas, and then I got into an altercation with someone, and
it's the
my wife was like,
Pat O'Brien's
"What?"
effect.
I'm not putting up with this. This is only the beginning.
Is this you under the influence of alcohol?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what she thought, and yeah, it was an ugly scene that left me with a
well, you have a chispa story.
Left me with a broken hand.
Man, almost didn't get married.
I know.
Now let your wife stomp on your hand like that.
That's exactly what she did. She's like, "Oh, how dare you touch my butt in public?" And then she stomped on my hand.
Did one of those karate moves, and you're on your back.
That's what it was. That's what it was. All right, the college hoops. We are still rolling along.
Well, Texas isn't.
No, Texas now has to sit around and sweat as they lost yesterday to Ole Miss.
Oh, Coach Beard had him a cold beer last night.
Oh,
that
man.
was the best beer he's had in a long time. Smells like victory.
Yeah, not a good thing. So now here's who's clinched so far. We've got Queens,
which, by the way, pay attention to those guys. Every starter on that team came from a higher D1 school. They're not a bad basketball team. Never heard of them, and they're in North Carolina.
Yeah,
it's not Queens College. These guys are actually pretty good.
Idaho won the Big Sky. High Point won the Big South. Hofstra won the
Hofstra.
I don't know what that's called now. It's the CAA. It used to be the
up
Colonial.
yeah.
They changed it.
It's up the upper Northeast little schools.
Horizon League, Wright State wins it. I feel like they win pretty much every year. The MAC, Siena won. The Mo Valley, Northern Iowa. Long Island wins the Northeast Valley.
LIU.
Ohio Valley goes to Tennessee State. Lehigh won the Patriot League, which was a huge upset because Navy was like dominant all season long, and then they blew it. Furman wins the SoCon. McNeese won the Southland last night, knocking off Stephen F. Austin. North Dakota State won the Summit League. Sunbelt goes to Troy, who their coach, Coach Cross, is the one that UT Arlington fired because he couldn't get them over the hump. And now all he does
was just winning enough, not too much.
Now all he does is win every year in the Sun Belt at Troy. And then Gonzaga won the West Coast tournament.
That was easy.
Yeah. The tournaments that are still going on, the regular MAC, Miami of Ohio gets underway today. They start their hopeful run, take their 31-0, put their O on the line against UMass today, early, 10 a.m. start for them. I don't think they're going to win their conference tournament.
I don't. They better.
No, they're gonna be in. They're gonna be an at-large team.
I think they're in for sure. But I think to prove to
teams like Texas and Indiana sure hope that they do.
Yeah, because we don't want to have two in, and I think that's another viable thing. And the other part of this is, I would wager to say 95% of college basketball fans have yet to see Miami of Ohio play.
That's probably accurate.
I think you've seen a few headlines. And see, I think the worst thing for them is to actually see them play.
Oh,
if
then you realize they're not very good.
Go, you know what? Yeah, they're fun, but this is not they're not one of these 68.
No.
They're just not. So some of this playing more might not help them. The more you see them, and then if they lose late, it's not going to be good for them because they don't play pretty basketball. They're not a pretty team. They don't strike fear. They just wear you down and beat you.
Yeah. And we'll see if they can do that 3 days in a row. I don't think they can.
I don't think so.
Give me. I don't know if it was Toledo or Akron that I was looking at.
Well, just Ohio U gave them all they could handle.
Yeah, it might be Akron. I feel like has the best chance to beat them. So, yeah, it is Akron. Akron is my they're my pick. The Zips. Iowa State and Texas Tech tonight should be a fun one. Yeah. The Big 12, man. Now that we're down to the quarterfinals, we got quality in the Big 12. We got Iowa State, Texas Tech. That is an 11:30 tip, early tip. Then we've got, I think the second game is TCU Kansas is a late game. So it's Arizona and Central Florida is the midday game. And then we get TCU Kansas and close it out with BYU Houston. This next round,
BYU Houston night's going to be fun.
I think BYU is going to get hammered tonight.
I don't know the outcome. I'm just telling you, I think there's going to be a lot of dunks. It's going to be fun.
Probably so. In the ACC, they are also in the quarterfinals. Louisville and Miami, NC State and Virginia. They're the early tip, the 11 o'clock tip. Clemson, North Carolina.
Clemson had a good win yesterday.
Yeah,
look out for them. They're playing their pace. That was an effective basketball team.
And then let's see, maybe that may be it tonight for the Duke, Florida State. That's the other one. The late game.
I'm not saying that Florida State is going to beat Duke, but Florida State, they've won 8 of 9.
Mm-hmm.
They're hot. They're big. They're a long team.
Always a big physical team. Yeah.
If Duke was to stub their toe, if they were just to, if we missed a couple of days of games just to kind of get ourselves mentally ready for the tournament, it might cost them a 1 seed. But it wouldn't shock me if Florida State beat them tonight. I do feel very comfortable picking them to cover.
They played Duke once this year. They lost 91-87. So they at least –
it was close then, and they're better now.
Yeah.
Florida State's on a nice little run now.
Duke is a 17.5-point favorite.
They're going to cover that.
I would think so.
They're going to cover that.
The Big Ten has, let's see, we'll start off with Washington and Wisconsin today.
I've had
Wisconsin's
such a good –
very good.
Yeah, they have gotten better all year long. Greg Gard is just one of those coaches that you have to get used to his style. And once you're in it, it's hard to beat. On the other side of that coin, I'd say back in the middle of November, December, I watched Minnesota play for the first time, and I was so impressed with it. And that team has gotten worse by the day.
Yeah.
Last night, I watched a little bit because I was kind of rooting for Minnesota to do something because I kind of thought I liked their coach and their style. Rutgers.
That's bad. That is real bad.
Which makes me worry for the rest of the Big Ten. I don't know how top-heavy they are.
Iowa, Ohio State, also today, Purdue, Northwestern, UCLA, Rutgers.
That's going to be an interesting game because Rutgers did, in fact, they beat Minnesota. It wasn't like Minnesota gave it to them.
Yeah, and then after that, we'll get into the
ladder games.
The ladder games. The good teams are still waiting around. Yeah. The Nebraskas, the Michigans, the Illinois, Michigan State. They're still hanging out waiting for these guys. And then the SEC. We mentioned that last night Texas took a really inexcusable loss to I don't know how to put it other than just a bad Ole Miss team.
Yeah,
it's a pretty embarrassing loss, and they are really on bubble watch now. Bracketology has them in, but barely.
They can't afford a single upset.
Yeah,
and anybody gets upset and a team that's going to get in regardless, that hurts.
Yeah,
Texas.
So today's the last step for the SEC before Florida and the big dogs start to play. But Oklahoma A&M is the late game tonight. That's the 8:30 tip. That's going to be a good one. And both these teams trying to find a way in. Auburn and Tennessee is a 2:00 tip. The early game is Kentucky, Missouri, and
that's low key good.
Ole Miss, Georgia is the 6:00 game over, and all these games are on the SEC network. So should be some good ones today. A&M and Oklahoma was certainly one worth watching if you're up late tonight. And always good to see the Texas teams as they try to fight for these spots. All right, we're halfway there on a Thursday. We'll give away some Foreigner tickets in the next segment. Morning Huddle 94.1.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Been in a car wreck? Not sure what happens next? Thomas J. Henry knows, because Thomas J. Henry is one of the largest personal injury law firms in Texas. You deserve to get compensated for your injuries. You deserve a law firm that can take your case all the way to trial. You deserve justice. So don't settle for less than you deserve. Get Thomas J. Henry on your side. Visit thomasjhenrylaw.com. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. Principal Office, San Antonio.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
Oh no, I dropped my lip balm in the water. I can't think of anything worse than the looming threat of potentially having chapped lips. It was ginger vanilla, too. My favorite flavor.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here.
Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring.
Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday. Scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The Blitz is taking the show on the road. Today we'll be at Mellow Mushroom in Stone Oak. Join us to enjoy one of the best happy hours in San Antonio and watch conference tournament action. And when we say they have a great happy hour, how about great food specials and half-off adult beverages?
And you know Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Join the Blitz this afternoon at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang out, watch the games with your friends at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, everyone. Super Bowl champ Vernon Davis here from Legal Help Center. If you've been injured in an accident and think you deserve compensation, listen up, because we have legal professionals standing by right now to answer your questions for free. You can find out if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth.
Thanks, Vernon. You heard it, folks. If you've been injured, call and find out how much you qualify for. Call 800-750-2700.
Advertisement sponsored by a Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states. Not available in California.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your commute, still working this wreck on the east side at I-10 westbound Woodlake Parkway. That crashes 2 right lanes blocked. Southwest side of town, 2 closures due to accidents. 35 southbound Palo Alto to Somerset and southbound 35 between El Laredo Highway on over to Loop 410. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs get back to business tonight, welcoming in the Nuggets up to the Frost Center. Victor Wembanyama is questionable tonight with an ankle injury. His nose is kind of sore, too. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock. It'll be on the FanDuel Sports Network. In the NFL, the Cowboys are waving goodbye to defensive tackle Osa Odigizua. He's headed to the 49ers for a third-round pick, the 92nd overall in this year's draft. It frees up $16 million in salary cap. Finally, in college hoops, the Texas Longhorns were bounced in the first round of the SEC tournament. They fell to Ole Miss 76-66. Texas A&M takes on Oklahoma tonight at 8:30. Again, you can catch live on ESPN 1250. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning, everybody. 8:01 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Going to be a Morning Huddle road trip tonight, all the way down to the Frost Center. Nuggets Spurs in town tonight. Spurs continue to be the hottest team in the league. I mean, when's the last time they lost back-to-back games? Do we remember?
It was, well, obviously wasn't in February.
No.
December?
I'm looking it
So
up
I'm
right
glad
now.
we have to have this conversation. Normally you just go, wasn't that last week?
January 3rd and the 6th. They lost to Portland and Memphis, which I don't even, that's unimaginable. Oh, no. January 11th and 13th. At Minnesota, at OKC. So that was their last time.
Oh, yeah.
That dropped them to 27-13. Since then, they've gone 21-4. That's pretty good. 21-4 in your last 25 games. And now you face a Denver team that is playing with a little bit of desperation. Looked that way last night. They beat the snot out of the Rockets last night. And it kept snowballing on Houston. Things got out of control pretty quick. Jamal Murray clearly has recovered from whatever was wrong with his ankle. He looked good last night. He put up 30 in the win. And it is always like whatever. I mean, obviously, the Spurs are their own story right now.
What's the line?
Let's see what the old line is. I was going to say the Spurs are their own story, but it is still kind of cool to have the best player in the world come play in your building. That's always a fun thing to see.
And you get to tell the guy that's going to be the best player in the world that the best player in the world is coming into your building.
Spurs minus 5.5.
Boy, we get credit now, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Welcome to the big
tough
time. Welcome to the big time, boys.
I say that with the full expectation that Wemby's going to play, even though he's questionable as we sit with an ankle. I don't know. I saw him leave the court one time to go get on a bike, but I didn't see an actual injury happen other than the nose that happened with Wemby. But we have to now we're measuring games and games played for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just about the most important concern for the Spurs other than consistent health from here on out. They're pretty comfortably. They're not. The third place is not going to catch them.
No. It's almost statistically impossible.
Yeah,
now.
so that now is the witchcraft of maintenance and heat. Can you maintain a consistent level of heat without getting too high and getting too low, and understanding that some games matter, other games matter more, but effort remains consistent. Heat remains consistent. It's just how you apply the heat. And that's a witchcraft thing for highly experienced coaches and highly experienced teams. This is a team hadn't been here ever. And trying to maintain this over the next 3 weeks while making sure Wemby gets all the required games and plays all the appropriate minutes, but not too many minutes, it's going to be an interesting follow. And I do think that we're going to over-prep or under-prepare, either or, in some circumstances here, because this is some uncharted ground. I keep waiting for the off night. And the reason it hasn't happened...
Well, it was the Knicks.
Well, yeah, but I think the Knicks actually have our number a little bit. They kind of have a little kryptonite for us. And I don't know what it is. I think we can figure it out. But there's something about the way they play. It's more about we have too many guys that are good. We have 8 guys in double figures.
Yeah.
And I keep expecting the off night, and we have had off nights, but only a couple have had it at a time.
And that's the thing. It's like I said, the Spurs have become one of the deepest teams all of a sudden, to the point where if you took any one player off the team, including Wemby, they're still going to be a contender.
So given where we are and how we're playing, the idea of what an off night is doesn't count anymore. Because we have enough to make up for 1 or even 2, maybe even 3 guys having tough nights. But when you play a team like Denver, there's the I want to know who we are part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you also want to know what you can do against them when and if you have to play them in the playoffs. So that kind of maybe now and again you play some weird lineups just to see how do they react to it. And sometimes you can strategery yourself into a loss just because you're trying stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily try if you didn't have to win. And like I said, the Spurs have a 7-game lead or something about like that over third place or 5-game lead. I do think that the experimentation time is right about now. How far are you willing to go with Carter Bryant? How many minutes do you think is he a 6-minute a night guy? Is it an 8-minute a night guy? I mean, that's the kind of thing that I'd like to clarify here. Over the next couple
I mean,
weeks.
I think you want to figure it out before the playoffs start.
Yeah.
That's again. Here's where you're talking about we want to get this many minutes in. We want to do this because you can't. The 3rd seed can't catch you, and I believe that. But there's still a world where the Spurs could be the 1 seed.
If it's yes, but I also know the monolith that is OKC, and I think they're just kind of revving their engine right now.
The Spurs are 2.5 games behind right now. If the Spurs win tonight and the Thunder lose, which is a real possibility, they play Boston tonight. Boston's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Any
given night, maybe if their best player doesn't get kicked out in the first quarter, maybe they can hang. But if that be a 1.5 game separation, then suddenly you're playing a little bit differently, right?
And then if we do that and we start that actual chase, and I would not have a problem with it at all. I'm all for going after it. But then we're going to get to the point where you're going to start looking at who is 7th seed and who is 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's, to me, more important.
That's the thing about that playing is it's hard to know.
Yeah, but there's some matchups that I want to absolutely avoid. And I don't know what Mitch's matchups are. I know personally I'd rather not see Denver early. That'd be one of those teams I really don't want to see. And they could be, depending on placement, right there in the first round. And that would be a worst-case scenario. So I do think there's some geometry that needs to be laid out there, but I'm also a firm believer is you don't tempt the basketball gods. You go try to win every game. You don't try to put yourself in a better spot by losing. That's when the gods come in and kick you in the teeth. But I do think there's some strategery in how you play these games because I don't want to see a Denver team that's finding themselves. I don't want to see a suddenly healthy Golden State with Steph Curry in the first round. That'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
So there's some maybe measure of maybe not being in first place that might help.
The first time these two teams played, if you remember, was on the weird red and yellow court in Denver. Where it was the game where Devin Vassell went nuclear from 3. There was also a game that the Spurs were down. I want to say they were maybe down 20, maybe a little less than that, but they were way down in that game. Came back and won it in the final couple of minutes. on a good run.
We kind of had Denver's number last year too. I mean, we play well against them.
It was essentially it was the Jamal Murray show. 37 points on 13 of 20 shooting. He was 5 of 8 from 3. Just kind of got overshadowed because Devin was 7 of 9 from 3.
I love it when we go up against teams whose best player is a big or lead guard, because we have Steph Castle.
Yeah.
And he is becoming the one of the top 3 or 4
the wing killer
ball stopper. I mean, he is that good. Though Jamal Murray no longer scares me like he used to.
No.
Doesn't mean he can't go get it, but he's going to have to work his ass off to get there.
The other guy that killed the Spurs in that game was Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson, 6 of 9 from 3. He had 28 points. The Nuggets shot really well from 3. They shot 16 of 39 from 3 in that game. The Spurs shot really well, too, though, 17 of 42. Both teams shot around 40%. Made for a fun game. Jokic, 7 of 10 from the field, 6 of 8 from the line, 9 boards, 10 assists in that one.
Just another night at the office.
But just 21 points, which you say just 21.
Almost a quad double.
You ain't mad at that 21. But that was also a game where there was no Wemby. So that was a Luke Cornett getting 30 minutes worth of work. That was a game where, I mean, this team's so different now. Harrison Barnes was a starter at that point.
And now, while Harrison isn't playing quite the role he was, Carter Bryant's importance in bomb squad relief is growing by the game. And we talk about how Cam Johnson was a killer. Carter Bryant's here for Cam. That's that guy that's the reason we drafted him. Go get that mobile wing, play defense, and hit a couple of threes for yourself.
Well, it should be a fun one tonight either way. I'm excited for it.
Man, it's always good to see the Nugs.
It's been maybe a month or so since we got out to a game, so I feel like we're due. And it'd be good for me to go to a game and not drink a bunch of beer and be miserable the next day. So
I hear that's awful.
Yeah, that's the thing about hangovers, man. I love to drink beer and drink whiskey, I just hate hangovers.
Well, your problem is you're stopping drinking.
But what can you really do?
You got to keep drinking.
It's just a luck of the draw thing. There's not much you can do about it. You just got to
never get hungover. Just stay drunk.
Yeah, there's some people who say that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I did promise to give away Foreigner tickets, didn't I, Vic? And I want to. I'm going to go. I'm going to put Edwin to work because I know the Brigade Bar wants some Foreigner tickets too. Caller number 75.
No, we won't do that.
Okay, won't do it. Won't make them work that hard. Foreigner live at the Majestic, October 13th. Rob will be there in his party shirt.
I will be. I got a new party shirt, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to bust that one out.
With the flaming skulls?
Got flaming skulls and roses. Oh, begonias.
Sweet. That'd be pretty hot.
Yeah, it's
that's going to be real sexy.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot, like I said the first time, there's going to be a lot of dudes with some Cialis in their pocket.
That's right.
That show.
Cialis and Metamucil.
A little bit of Blue Chew and Metamucil.
They have beer, soda, and Metamucil.
A little bit of Blue Chew and Tums. And an attitude.
You got one of those pills I can borrow, Vic?
Oh, I have a whole bottle, buddy.
All right.
I got a whole bottle.
All right.
There's going to be some babysitters on duty that night.
The problem is I don't think my wife knows who Foreigner is at all.
Oh, man. That sucks.
Yeah. And I don't blame her.
I mean, yeah, she's not.
This was big before she was born.
Yeah.
There's some grandpas looking forward to that night. Me, one of them.
Yeah.
Let's go 210-656-3776 is the phone number. Let's go with caller number 12. Caller number 12 will win a pair of tickets to see Foreigner live at the Majestic on October 13th. All right. I've been waiting for a girl like you. Yeah. You love it, don't you, Rob?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay, all right.
Waiting some more.
Waiting. Still waiting.
Waiting.
Still waiting.
Can you sing higher? Can you get another octave higher? We
need waiting outside your house.
We need you to go real high on this.
All right, San Antonio, get ready. Guess what's happening? The Gunslingers are coming to town. Explosive indoor football action back here in the Alamo City. High scoring, fast, thrilling games, and great family fun. The first home game, Sunday, March 29th at 3 p.m. They'll be taking on the Tulsa Oilers. That's in all the games, all the home games at the Freeman Coliseum. Show up, show out, San Antonio. This is professional indoor football, full contact, high-level athletes, nonstop excitement, big hits, crazy catches. It is family-friendly fun. I'll tell you what, you'd be right there on the on the sideline. You can talk smack to the players. Sometimes they'll talk smack back to you. Sometimes they'll get knocked over the wall and land in your lap. You never know. It is the perfect fun for family of all ages. Tickets are on sale now. Grab yours at SanAntonioGunslingers.com. They got single games. They got full season packages. Support your hometown gunslingers in the IFL. Pack Freeman Coliseum. Let's make some noise. Again, that first game, Sunday, March 29th, 3 p.m., SanAntonioGunslingers.com.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th.
Yeah, it's officially sold out.
But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Big games, weekend trips, last-minute plans. That's why Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is opening their doors to new furry family members this month. With over 6,000 feet of indoor play space, 5 outdoor play yards, and fully trained staff supervising your pup's every move, your dog stays happy, safe, and active while you're away. Add grooming, training, and special one-on-one time to make every day, every stay unforgettable. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
The Valero Texas Open is a can't-miss event. Here's your chance to enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. You won't want to miss the unforgettable, unexpected, and winning moments at the Valero Texas Open. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. Buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 2nd through the 5th.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ansira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ansira price, in-store or online at Ansira.com.
Meet Lee Platz, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
This is the highlight of my morning. Hey, what's up? It's Island.
And I'm Josh.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit is that it's our go-to morning comfort.
And you've got that nice golden fluffy egg.
With a soft, flaky biscuit.
Crispy bacon.
Melty cheese.
You want something quick, you want something convenient, but most of all, you want something good.
There's no better way to start your morning.
There we go.
Start off the morning with a Chick-fil-A Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit with Simply Orange Juice. Order on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
The best mornings in the morning light start with Wrangler. I pull on my jeans and I feel all right. Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Is this AI? Is this real?
Yeah. That sounds so perfect. I know.
I'm telling you, I question everything I hear.
No, this is the real deal, baby.
Yeah,
this is
ChatGPT
rock and
made it.
roll.
This is by ChatGPT.
Is this Grok?
No. Robots can't come up with this brilliance.
Is this robot on heroin?
Well,
heroin.
Heroin.
I mean, it is Chris Cornell. There was heroin.
I'm just curious.
Something was involved creating this.
Yeah.
Is Grok on dope?
Dope.
The smack.
You kids on dope?
Za. I hate that. I'm
What's
sorry.
some za?
Sorry I said that.
I'm going to have to punch you in the face, I believe.
Oh, man. You asked me during one of the breaks, the Bills signed a player.
Yeah, you got.
I saw that.
Bradley Chubb.
He's a baller.
Yeah, he's not like the top end of the pass rush market, but he is like a B level pass rusher. Mm-hmm. I was glad to see the price on it. So Bradley Chubb had been making $18 million a year in Miami. The deal he just signed with Buffalo was for $14.5 per year. So I was like, he took a pay. Okay.
Well, if you're sniffing a Super Bowl,
I ain't mad at it. So, yeah, that's who they'll replace
to be honest,
Bosa with.
I thought Chubb was an outside candidate for the Cowboys. A cheap enough linebacker with a name that everybody would go, oh, Bradley Chubb. Oh.
I wonder if I wonder if the Cowboys talked to him. They may have kicked the tires on him, but it's also especially if you're playing for the cheap, you can kind of decide where you want to go.
Absolutely. And if you're sniffing Super Bowl, I get it. He's made enough money in his life where he can kind of pick and choose and be discerning. And why would you dive from Miami and that cesspool into the circus that is the Cowboys unless they're going to pay you?
That's what I mean. You can get in there if the money's right, but if it's not, then why? Yeah, you've been in this nonsense for a while. You're looking to try and stack up some dubs. We've talked about the NBA. Did you know that there was lady basketball going on right now?
So yesterday, I'm sitting and I get a text from Famous James, and his quote was, "Hey, I'm watching Caitlin Clark go off in Puerto Rico," and I thought there's a lady soccer player named Caitlin Clark, and why are they playing soccer in Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it's the FIBA World Cup. I was like, soccer? No, basketball.
Yeah.
Like, Caitlin Clark is playing in a game for Team USA, and I had no idea. Like, none. There had been, there's nothing on socials. In fact, I saw her 2 days ago, and she was talking about the lockout/strike that's coming. And even then, they didn't go, oh, by the way, the ladies are flying to Puerto Rico to, I guess, defend. I guess I would assume we're the world champs. I don't know if we are. I would think if we weren't, we were pretty damn competitive.
I would assume we
the
are.
biggest named player in the world is playing in Puerto Rico, but we're not going to tell anybody about it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to watch it anyway.
No, but
like
you
just talked about how it's hard to watch the WBC right now. But
it's kind of like I'm sitting at home, and then they go, you get a text, you go, did you know Luka is playing, in a Team USA, or, pick your favorite NBA dude. And out of nowhere, he's playing on Team USA today?
Well,
I didn't, what?
If Luka plays for Team USA, there's a real.
Well, Luka was a bad example, but I was trying to find a big enough star that hasn't won anything.
Yeah, we don't have those.
Oh,
we don't have those.
I just think that with the WNBA, they can't even do this right.
No, you're right.
In an
Because
era
I had no idea what was going on.
Let's band together as a team with the hockey and the Olympics and what we've seen, sadly baseball, but still we're talking about it. You've got a chance to kind of capitalize on this drive team. USA, let's do this. And no one knows.
Yeah. And also remember, Caitlin Clark hadn't played a basketball game since September.
All of that rolled into, what? You're kidding me. She's playing in a real game today. It is a massive misstep by basketball in general, women's basketball in totality, that this is going on and no one knew.
Yeah. Caitlin, 17 points, 4 or 5, shooting all on three-pointers. 12 assists, though, in 19 minutes of floor time, her first time on the floor. It was a really close match, a 110-64 win to start off Team USA.
She has a crush on Bad Booney.
Bad Booney?
Yeah, she's got a big crush on him.
A crutch.
A crutch
on Bad Booney. I got a crutch on Babooni.
Yeah.
Senegal. Believe it or not, Senegal did not.
Senegal
didn't put up a lot of fight.
The Senegalese.
Sounds like a Star Wars planet.
Women's basketball team. Yeah, it does actually.
Senegal.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm just saying.
So you're right in a way that, well, first of all, the WNBA it's not their job to promote this.
No, that's what I said. It's a fault of basketball in general.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that I didn't know that and she is the biggest, maybe not the best, but she's the biggest name in women's basketball. I mean, she really is. We all know who Caitlin Clark is. Not everybody knows who Paige Bucher is, but we all know who Caitlin is. So it's a misstep. It's a problem that it's just indicative of where they find themselves right now.
Yeah, I do think that it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I said it. I mean, when baseball missed time, it was almost almost killed their sport. And baseball they were way bigger than what
1,000 times bigger.
You cannot, when you get your first taste of success, have a work stoppage.
Oh, Michael Jordan's playing. What? I mean, that's the equivalent. And a dude that's not even a basketball fan lets me know. I'm like, what a colossal misstep.
Well, this is what I told. I said this last year, Rob. You remember? There's not as many WNBA fans as we were led to believe. There are people who were using Caitlin Clark as a political piece. And
no, that's a very true statement. But there are more than you'd think. And I think that they're going to lose those peripherals that they got in the boat. You brought people in, and right now the person that brought them in is literally playing with a flag on her chest, and no one is watching.
And it's
because we don't know.
Well, it's not just her. I mean, Kelsey Plum's on the team. Like, she's not the only star player. Paige Beckers, Angel Reese. Like, they're all
These
on
are
this
the
team.
ballers, and they're playing right now. And no, it's one of those things that when you get to the end, when you're sitting in the rubble of an absolute failure, when every one of us has had to sit in a meeting or been a part of some kind of project that was a freaking disaster. And there's enough blame to go all around the table. And you go, well, how the hell did we get here? This is one of those moments where you go, how the hell did we get here?
Well, because the news isn't going to tell you, the mainstream media doesn't want you to know.
Lame stream.
I'm going to tell you now. Team USA is going to play 4 more games in the qualifiers. But the World Cup is not till September in Germany. So I'm going to let you know now, though, the World Cup of lady basketball is in September in Germany.
Well, we'll miss it then, too.
Well, yeah, it's football season.
Yeah, so they got even worse. This is the time you make your money. Right now, this is when we will tune in.
It's a bit of a misstep, I think, to have the World Cup in September. I would have maybe gone with July. That might be, but that's just me.
But we got soccer going on then.
Oh, soccer. Oh.
Don't the ladies play in those giant stadiums?
I think I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
No, they're not playing in.
Where do the ladies
play?
The
ladies are playing in like the Jerry World? No.
Where do they play?
Just your stand. You think it would look like an empty cavern if they were playing in there? They're going to play in a gym they can fill.
Okay. Well, I know the MLS team in Houston. What's the lady team's called? The Dash, the Dynamo or the men. They play in the same stadium. I mean,
I get that, but I'm talking about a ladies basketball game in the middle of Jerry World. You put 20,000 in, and it still looks.
We were talking about the ladies World Cup games.
This is the ladies World Cup basketball.
I know. I thought you meant soccer.
No.
Like where do
the ladies will sell more than the men.
That's what I thought.
I
thought they did play in
different sport,
big arenas.
Entirely different idea. No, I'm all in on the ladies soccer.
No. The lady basketball that can't be in like the Alamo Dome or something like that. No.
They play someplace they can fill up, not someplace looks like an empty cavern.
Ren says, y'all want to blame the women, but it's really all the guys that are in charge. Don't promote it. Who are the executives? Well, I mean, I don't know who's making. First of all, I don't know what channel it's on, so I don't know who's making money.
Women. I'm blaming basketball. This is something that should have been better promoted. It's just unfortunate that it's going on right now.
No, I think the women are partly to blame for the WNBA issues, but also I think if we were preparing for the WNBA season, I think it'd be more front and center, and people would be talking about it.
And
more.
They should have made it. They should have made a concerted effort. And I'm not saying anything other than the umbrella that is women's basketball, because I don't know how much. I think it plays into the players' mantra if everybody's watching them and we see them perform well. I mean, we want them, and if they're successful, like I expect, you'll get the sentiment on the fan side of it. Pay the ladies, pay them. Let's play some basketball. But they're ruining, they're squandering this opportunity. And I know there's a lot going on right now. I know there's men's tournament and hot stove and football and baseball kicking in. But I do think we would have been able to clear some room at some point over the next week to watch a ladies game that they propped up. Like, hey, guess what? Next Tuesday, we're playing the other best team in the world, whoever that is, and you're going to get to see all of these WNBA stars that are asking for this kind of money. I mean, we're talking about the stars of the stars that would be, I think, the American sporting landscape. We would carve some room out for that. But they're not even trying.
No. All right. That's enough. That's all you're going to get out of me today.
That's it.
That's it.
Is Audie?
all you're going to get.
No, she can't because she's got her own tournament.
She's still in college.
Well,
she's busy.
We're not sending our best then.
We're not sending our best.
No.
We're not sending our biggest. I know that.
No. Oh, man. She's my favorite lady basketballer.
Pound for pound, one of the best ever.
Oh, yeah. That's me.
Stop. I don't even see that. I just see her game. All I see is game.
I see more than that.
Game respects game. I see a lot more than that.
You guys are pigs. I'm so sick of you guys.
Just think of the ad space on the jersey.
I'm so sick of
Just
you guys.
think of the square footage. You could put logos. You could talk about a NASCAR.
You guys are disgusting.
You put 40, 50 patches on that thing.
Man, gross. Can't even be a gentleman.
You see basketball, I see opportunity.
Oh
yeah.
All right. Let's take a break. And then we will come back, and I've got a little more football I want to get into. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I want you to ponder a tall glass of water. Crisp, refreshing, wonderful glass of water. You ever think about it at your house? Is there a difference? Is the water different that comes out of yours and then instead of somebody else's? If there's any kind of difference, if you've ever questioned your water, you don't have a Connecticut. The one reason I've always had a Connecticut is the consistency. My water has always been taken care of. My Connecticut only works when I turn the water on. I've saved salt. I've saved power. You know, you don't even plug a Connecticut water softener in it. Works off kinetic energy. Science, I don't know. But what I can tell you is this science has saved more than one house. I've never had to call a plumber for bad pipes. I've never replaced a refrigerator or a dishwasher for being all clogged up with that grout that I've seen other places. Not a problem in my house. And I've got something I bet you don't. And that's a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station on my sink. See, I don't have to buy water bottles anymore. I get the best water you can get coming right out of my sink. Hot tea ready, hot coffee ready, everything I want right there. And if you want one of those, you can get one free right now if you'll call 656-PURE or go to ConnecticutSA.com for more details. When you buy a new system, they're going to give you one of these outstanding products. So what are you waiting on? Call Connecticut today. Get the very best. And I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a new trouble spot on the northwest side at I-10 westbound. The on-ramp from Hildebrand, getting reports of a stall. The on-ramp blocked. Still working this wreck on the east side at I-10 westbound Woodlake Parkway. 2 right lanes are blocked. And closures on the southwest side of town at 35 southbound Palo Alto to Somerset. And southbound 35 between New Laredo Highway over to 410 closed with accidents. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Text Now.
Other wireless carriers tell you when to pay. Text Now asks, what do you need? It's app-first phone service without commitments, credit checks, or carrier attitude. Built for people who stopped asking for permission. Download today.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
That's why I hear these songs about tractor rap. It makes me want to kick a dog.
I know, so passe.
I don't kick dogs. I'm being sarcastic.
John Clay Chappelle.
Don't cancel me.
Bam! Walk outside my house and kick that dog. Wham!
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
St. Patty's Day's here, so come and see. Total Wine and More's the place to be. Whiskey Smooth or Guinness Tall, we've got the best, come grab it all. An Irish coffee, bold and sweet, or something new, a tasty treat. Not sure yet? Don't fret or fear, our friendly guides will bring good cheer. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
San Antonio, your professional indoor football team is here. The San Antonio Gunslingers, competing in the Indoor Football League, the major league of indoor football. It's fast-paced, high-scoring action right in the heart of the Alamo City. Tickets on sale now for our season opener, Sunday, March 29th at Freeman Coliseum. Bring the whole family for fun and thrills, or grab a group package for your corporate outing. Visit sagunslingers.com today for ticket schedules and all the info. Gunslingers Football, San Antonio's pro team, San Antonio's pride.
The Blitz is taking the show on the road. Today we'll be at Mellow Mushroom in Stone Oak. Join us to enjoy one of the best happy hours in San Antonio and watch conference tournament action. And when we say they have a great happy hour, how about great food specials and half off adult beverages?
And you know Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Join the Blitz this afternoon at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang out, watch the games with your friends at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
People. They're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on the Blitz, we are live at Mellow Mushroom, right there off 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway.
All the latest in the NFL is the league year has officially begun.
And the Spurs have a big one. We'll talk about it against the Denver Nuggets and Joker.
The Blitz live at Mellow Mushroom. We get started at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Was so much drama in the LBC.
I thought you were going to say in Dak Prescott's house.
But
it's hard
somehow, some way, keep coming up with funky ass like every single day. Kick a little something for the G's and my mama ain't home.
It's hard to hear that from him now.
You think the freaks in the living room are still getting it on there?
Grandpa dog. Grampy dog.
Yeah.
He's America's fun uncle.
Mm-hmm. Poor Dak.
This is what turned Martha Stewart on.
I think so.
This is when he played this right before they hooked up.
When you say gin and juice, are you using organic grapefruit?
Yeah, why don't you come on over and have some of my grapefruit
Is
juice?
it organic?
That's right. All right.
Oh, Martha.
Little,
Lordy, Martha.
There's some of the grades have come out for the recent signings or trades and things like that. I wanted to get into some of them, particularly what's going on with the Cowboys.
I don't know how to grade those. I really don't.
The 49ers trade with the Cowboys for Osa for the third-round pick. 49ers get a B. Cowboys get a C+.
I think that seems fair. But and that could turn into an A. I mean, we know it. The 49ers, that's a B. They got a B player. He's going to do B stuff, and that's fine. Cowboys, if they draft appropriately, could turn that C+ into a high B or an A. That's why it's hard to grade that kind of stuff, because this is all contingent on your success on drafting. You acquired an opportunity. Now you got to capitalize on the opportunity.
It says 49ers really needed to add talent to a defensive tackle group that had 2025 draft selections, Alfred Collins and C.J. West at the top of the depth chart. Osa should be able to produce right away playing alongside Nick Bosa on a good team.
Yeah.
And that's part of maybe why his production was down last year, was because
he wasn't protected.
Michael wasn't there anymore. Contract will be $16.75 cash.
That's a lot.
On the books for $20.5 each of the next 2 years. And says, he says, I think Osa would command more than $16.75 if he were a free agent.
Really?
and I think consideration has to be given that finding a defensive tackle has been particularly hard this year. The second thinnest position this offseason.
In the that's by free agency and draft in totality. There's just not a lot of tackles.
Yep. And then as for the Cowboys, it says there is something amusing about their quest to improve at defensive tackle. They use two massive trades, the Micah Parsons deal that got him Kenny Clark and the acquisition of Quinnen Williams at the deadline, but are now opting to send away Osa, a good player and the youngest of the three. I would actually argue they are trading the wrong player. Osa is 3 years younger than Clark and outperformed him in both win rates and run stop last season. Last year, Osa's pass rush win rate at defensive tackle ranked well ahead of Clark's. His pressure rate was higher, and Clark was well below average at run stop rate. Clark costs almost $5 million more this year. Says, granted, those discrepancies would have affected the return, but in a vacuum, I would have wanted to keep Osa as the player next to Williams.
And I think that's the argument I heard all day yesterday. And I get it, but we have to throw in ego. And you acquired Kenny. It was a thing you did. It was through your action. You got him. And the pride of ownership and the ego of that acquisition, you're just not going to – if all things are equal, I'm going to keep the thing that makes me look better. You know what I mean? And I went and got this guy. Again, these are the same guy. One's just a little bit more expensive. You still got a B player. It's just it's the guy you kind of a little overpaid for. So pride of ownership, I'm going to keep him, and I'll get a third rounder. So I extracted some value from the guy that I left, and a third round pick for Osa. That's not bad if you draft right. But yeah, I get the grade. I get it. I get why you'd be upset because Osa has a bigger, longer upside anyway. Longer.
Kansas City Chiefs re-sign Travis Kelce, 1 year, $12 million. What do you think the grade is on that one?
Oh man, I don't know. I give them an A for being, taking care of their own. I give them a solid D for holding on to outdated talent.
They give it a B.
Oh, see.
They said last season, even if everything going wrong for the Chiefs, Kelce recorded 850 receiving yards, third most by a tight end on 76 receptions, which I guess it's all relative. Like his production was way down, but
it's still there.
He's still, compared to other tight ends, still pretty productive.
He's not Jason Witten. And the only reason I say that is, remember the last couple of years of Jason Witten, he had a lot of catches and a fair amount of yards because he would go 5 yards down the field, stand still, catch a ball, and get tackled. So it looked good, but he wasn't really a weapon. He was more of a kind of an outlet. And I think that Travis is a little bit of a recipient of that. Just go down there and stand there. I'm Pat Mahomes. I'll get you the ball.
Yeah.
You don't have to be great. You just got to be there. And I'll get it to you. And I think that he's the recipient of that. But I think this was more important about just the longevity and the legacy of what the Kansas City Chiefs are. You just can't let him go. And $12 million for him. I guess now the tight ends are actually getting paid. That's probably a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Texans signed an offensive tackle, Braden Smith, after they traded Titus Howard out. I think they upgraded here. The ESPN gives them an A. I don't know about A, but it's pretty solid. 13 games last season, Braden Smith recorded a pass block win rate in the 51st percentile and a run block win rate in the 45th percentile. That's both those numbers are better than what they got out of Titus Howard. Smith's numbers in 2024, it says, were much worse, but he was dealing with a serious mental health matter that caused him to miss the final 5 games of that season. That's the only part that's a little alarming is like, well, what's going to happen with this guy?
He got it fixed. I'll treat that like any other injury.
But the Texans got a pretty good deal here.
Well, they needed some good news on the line. Let's hope they're right.
Yeah, 2 years, $25 million, 13.5 of it fully guaranteed. What about the grade on Daniel Jones? The Colts,
oh, man.
Colts re-signed Daniel Jones, 2 years, $88 million, $50 million of it is fully guaranteed. This is I feel like the Colts had to they had to do something. They couldn't go into the season with like Anthony Richardson. That would have been a disaster.
You're right. I'm not mad at. I'm mad at the situation they found themselves in. I mean, think of the money that's going to Jones and the wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of money. $100 million essentially a year, 80. Right? I mean, how much did McKinnon end up with? Or whatever?
Alec Pierce.
Pierce, it was a lot.
Yeah, it was. I don't
$70 million
number. Yeah,
going to 2 players?
Yeah.
And it's him and Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
You better be right.
He had the 8th best QBR this season, but played 13 games. Once he was out, they
collapsed.
They saw what happened.
You better be right. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at you if you're right, but that's a big bite of apple on Daniel Jones.
I get taking the swing because you know you were winning games when he was there last year. You didn't win a single game without him, and you go, man, we would have been a playoff team. The Colts would have been a playoff team if Daniel Jones wouldn't have got hurt last year. But the problem is when you sign Daniel Jones, you have to sign him with the assumption that he's going to get hurt because he gets hurt all the time. So it makes it kind of hard to just say, well, if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, well, yeah, you signed a guy that gets hurt.
All I can say is at least they're not attached long term. This is 2 years. You know, if this doesn't go well, we can pull the plug. Now we're going to pay a lot of money to do this.
This is the and this would not happen if Sam Darnold wouldn't have had the success he had.
True that. You know what? I'm not mad at Daniel Jones for getting the money. I think if he stays healthy, he deserves $44 million. But I just don't think he's going to stay healthy. And the other problem is Jones needs help. He needs dudes around him. He's not a lifter. He's a facilitator. And you spent a lot of money on two dudes that you probably could have used elsewhere. But Taylor stays healthy and the kid gets deep ball. That there might be in a good place, but. You're riding on a very big question mark in what Jones can be.
Trey Hendrickson, 4 years, $112 million, $60 million guaranteed with the Ravens. What do you think the grade is?
Hey, I think it's an A through alchemy.
Okay, so he gives it a B minus. And he says, he said the grade is reflective of an evaluation of the signing on its own, and that's how I'm going to analyze it.
Okay.
He says, but before we do that, I think it's also worth talking about the decision to go this route relative to the Crosby trade, and for that, the Ravens would earn an A.
Absolutely. That's how I'm grading
because Trey Hendrickson is not he's a lesser player, particularly against the run. He is Maxx Crosby is a two-way defender. Trey Hendrickson is kind of a one-trick pony. He's just really good at that trick, but he's older. And he's not going to cost you the 2 first-rounders. But Baltimore needed to have – they needed help at pass rush. They got help at pass rush, and now they can use these first-round picks on,
That's the A. Now, you're right. They overpaid for a dude, an old dude, a one-trick pony dude. But the way that they managed to do it made it look perfect. So I'm all in on what they did. That was the Kevin Costner Cleveland Brown movie. That 36 hours of, I do think they were caught off guard. That they thought that Crosby was probably further along, and it's their fault for not knowing. But I think they got caught off guard, and it's how they reacted to that and went and got a dude just like that. I mean, they pivoted, they fixed the problem, and they threw it back on Vegas. And to that was a genius level GMing.
Yeah, although he's taking his grief for it now. Hendrickson, back-to-back 17.5 sack seasons in 23 and 24. He was 4th in pass rush win rate in those 2 years, only behind Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, Will Anderson Jr. That's pretty good company to be in.
I'll tell you, free Trey Hendrickson. I'm glad for that guy because he's had to go through it. He's been the least appreciated of the superstar edges in the NFL.
Yeah, so the Ravens needed someone. This ends up being a big deal. It's not – this is it's a good get.
Well, the journey was as important as the destination.
I think that's what it ends up boiling down to. This was when you see what could have been and what has become, it's like, oh.
And the thing is, I think Baltimore would have been having a parade if it had been fine. They'd have been happy to give the picks and have Crosby, but to pivot and react like that in that short amount of time and leave so many other teams in the dust suffering because of that. Brilliance.
The Steelers trade for Michael Pittman Jr. From Indianapolis. They get Michael Pittman and a 7th-round pick, and the Steelers do, and the Colts get a 6th-round pick.
What is it about Pittman that
I don't really know?
Can't you draft a hard running back
was a receiver?
A receiver.
So
can't you draft that guy?
You would think, you could. You can't draft. I don't think you can draft someone that good in the 6th round.
Probably not. That just seemed like a good acquisition for a team that probably needs some other things too. McCarthy has a plan. I'll trust that, but it just seemed like they spent a lot of money and a lot of effort on a guy that you could probably find.
And there's a guy. This guy it's been a couple of years since he was really good. Pittman was going to make $24 million next year, and they're giving Alec Pierce $29 million. he's like, no, I'm good.
So can we read into this the kind of quarterback they expect to get by the receiver they bring in? Can we go, well, that's an Aaron Rodgers type? Or is that a guy that I don't know? I'm just trying to divine. If you're getting receivers, are you doing that to prepare for a quarterback? Or are you doing that to help the quarterback that you already think you've got?
So right now, I think this is an Aaron Rodgers move. Michael Pittman, 8.1 air yards per target, which is very low. So this is a short catch the ball, do something afterwards type
He's
guy.
a big boy.
And 76% of Rodgers' throws went under 10 air yards last year, which was the highest rate in the league. So
you know what, man? Follow that breadcrumb. That matters. What you just said to me, it makes me think the preponderance of evidence tells me that they think Aaron will be there.
That's my guess, is that they're counting on Aaron. And if I'm the Steelers, I make sure I draft someone this year and let him sit. I hate to say let him learn behind Aaron Rodgers. I don't know that I want my young quarterback to, take all the cues from Aaron Rodgers, but I guess there are worse guys.
Here, lick this. Here, lick this frog.
Yeah, you're gonna need to take some really experimental drugs, man.
It's worked for me spectacularly well.
You're gonna have to go into the darkness and
Where's our quarterbacks? Yeah. I think they're in Bolivia, Coach. I haven't seen them all week.
They're in Senegal watching a basketball game.
Watching Caitlin play.
All right. We got 1 hour of programming left on a small Friday. Let's finish strong, shall we? It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM, Floresville.
This report is sponsored by American Public University.
Success starts with your drive. You bring the fire. American Public University will fuel the journey. Learn more at apu.apus.edu.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is here in the Alamo City. Lifted Trucks is on I-35 in Judson. Come see the baddest lifted trucks at the biggest St. Patrick's Day block party, March 17th at the Roof Pub, powered by the Gomez Law Firm.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's NOVObrew.com.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a staff accountant at the height of tax season.
Congrats. Looks like the company owes, $50 in taxes. How about that?
That seems low. Why only 50?
Why do you care so much? It's not your money.
This is your job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, the Rest Up Bathroom Custodian. Is there toilet paper? No. Paper towels? No. Clean stalls? Also no. But the soap dispenser is full, and that counts for something. Thanks, hero. Know what else keeps truckers going? Progressive's expanded cargo protection through their enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like a new trouble spot on the northwest side at I-10 westbound. The on-ramp from Hildebrand, getting reports of a stall. The on-ramp blocked. Still working this wreck on the east side at I-10 westbound Woodlake Parkway. 2 right lanes are blocked. And closures on the southwest side of town at 35 southbound Palo Alto to Somerset. And southbound 35 between New Laredo Highway over to 410 closed with accidents. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the Spurs get back to business tonight, welcoming in the Nuggets up to the Frost Center. Victor Wembanyama is questionable tonight with an ankle injury. His nose is kind of sore, too. Tip-off set for 8 o'clock. It'll be on the FanDuel Sports Network. In the NFL, the Cowboys are waving goodbye to defensive tackle Osa Odigizua. He's headed to the 49ers for a third-round pick, the 92nd overall in this year's draft. It frees up $16 million in salary cap. Finally, in college hoops, the Texas Longhorns were bounced in the first round of the SEC tournament. They fell to Ole Miss 76-66. Texas A&M takes on Oklahoma tonight at 8:30, a game you can catch live on ESPN 1250. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nine o'clock on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The wheels on the bus kept rolling on the quarterback market. As we mentioned, Daniel Jones signs his deal. We know Tua the day before signed with Atlanta. The Jets traded for Geno Smith.
Returning to the scene of the crime.
It's like they forgot. The Jets, I don't understand this.
It's better to go with the C player you know than the C player you don't.
I guess. I mean, quite frankly, Geno Smith has been really bad the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I get why teams were willing to take a shot with him, but here's the list of players, qualified players that Geno Smith had a better QBR than last year.
Okay,
Cam Ward. That's it. That's the whole list. That's the whole list.
So we could pretend like Geno's a number 1 overall quarterback pick. We could act like that.
Possibly. How about this? Yards per dropback, second worst in the league.
I'm not going to blame him for what happened in Vegas. I'm going to judge him for what he did in Seattle. And Seattle, I think that the thing about Geno Smith is I think he's a good locker room dude. I think he's a solid – and the Jets – whoever's playing quarterback ain't going to win a playoff game now. I mean, this guy, whoever is their quarterback, will not be there if and when they ever make the playoffs. He's a bridge, but at least he's a good dude. You know, at least he's going to show up for work and do all that kind of stuff. The other part of this is there is no way, and I'm a fan of his, that Aaron Glenn will be the head coach of the New York Jets after this year. The failure is imminent. It's not going to work for you, man.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can smell it. And Gino ain't going to help the situation. He ain't going to hurt it. But do you think Gino arrives and say, oh, well, they're going to win 3 more games now? No. I mean, they got a guy that's going to show up for work, not bitch, and just try to get through this year as they try to rebuild this cesspool of a franchise. I mean, it's just a mess.
I have to assume that when they made this deal, there was no world where Kyler Murray was going to they had to have reached out, and he said no.
I have no doubt in my mind. And he wasn't the only one they reached out to either. I bet they call 3 or 4 potential mid-level quarterbacks, maybe even for a deal or some kind of swap. And no.
So I mentioned that Aaron Rodgers threw for the least yards per attempt last year. Geno Smith was second. So Geno Smith, who his area, he doesn't throw the ball down the field, but he still had the 4th highest turnover rate amongst quarterbacks. So that's the worst, is if you're not going down the field and you're still turning it over.
Chunking it to the side. Yeah,
that's at least the one good thing about Aaron Rodgers is he at least doesn't turn it over.
But he was in Vegas. I mean, it was a terrible situation. He didn't have there was a lot of other things in play there. So I'll judge him by Seattle standards, and that Seattle standard is at least you're going to be solid if you got dudes around you. And he doesn't even have that. So Aaron Glenn's doomed.
Probably should be doomed.
Yeah.
He sucks. But
go back to it's the Peter principle. Be a DC. That's what you're good at.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And also, once you get onto the Jets,
that stink never comes off, man. It's like green dye on your hand. You've been with the Jets. Look at you.
It's just.
I thought I smelled that.
It's just the beginning of the end. Just the beginning of the end. As soon as you take the Jets job. That's why I always say, man, if you're taking a first-time job, be very careful where you go, because if you are a miserable failure at that first stop, people, they're just like, oh, I'll never give that guy a chance again. He stunk.
Yeah, and you come out looking even worse.
That's why if you're a hot coordinator, the best case is wait until it's not a year where the Raiders, the Jets, or the Browns are hiring a coach. If you can avoid those 3 franchises, ideally, you give yourself at least a puncher's chance.
And if you're going to go, call one of those, call Saleh and all right, man. If you could do anything different, what would it be? And if it's don't go, that's what I do different.
I would have stayed with Kyle Shanahan until an actual real opportunity showed up. It's hard to win at that place. It's just a dopey franchise. It really is. Man, what are you going to do? I mentioned Kyler Murray, and the thought is now that it almost seems like everything's fallen into place where I would assume Kyler Murray to Minnesota.
Well, if it doesn't happen today, is it going to happen?
That's what I don't understand. What the holdup is. I get other than maybe Kyler saying, "Oh, I'm going to wait till the end so I don't have to work." I'm just trying to have some video game time. I don't know, but it feels like that's the best landing spot for him. It's the best guy that Minnesota could possibly get, and you've talked about J.J. McCarthy and what it does for him. First of all, Kyler will get hurt at some point. Let's just face it. Eventually. So it's not like JJ's not going to have playing time at any point. But secondly, let them compete against each other, because Kyler Murray doesn't cost you anything.
It does. I'm telling you, there's some Sam Darnold vibe to what's going on here. He's landing. He gets to throw to Justin Jefferson. He lands,
I agree.
And he's going to throw to the best wide receiver he's ever had. And the other guy on the other side would rank in the top 5 of the guys he's ever had to throw to. I think that Kyler going to get there, and it's going to be his job. He's going to get that job. He's going to be electric at it. Now, he might not be electric for long because of the injuries, but JJ is very possible going to be a distant afterthought by the end of this year. Why is he even here? We got our guy.
Yeah, I agree. And that JJ is not keeping the other JJ happy. Justin Jefferson is the guy you've got to keep happy.
Yes.
And I know there's a lot of people in that front office, a lot of people in that coaching office who probably jumped on the table for JJ McCarthy. sometimes you got to jump off the table and be like, yeah, we missed that one.
Whoops. And very rarely do you have an opportunity to fix it this fast.
That's where my thought is. And I'm not saying cut him. I'm saying keep him. And if he works out later, he works out later. But right now, he's not the answer. And Minnesota's got a roster that should be pretty good right now.
Right.
And once Justin Jefferson says enough's enough, it's going to be too late.
And JJ, you bitch once, you're gone. I mean, I do think they'll find their quarterback. Kyler will put some numbers on the board and excite the Vikings fan, because they should be putting numbers on the board. And they got a quarterback whisperer coach that will take you to the next level if you're willing to do it. I think that at the end of the day, when we measure all the free agent acquisitions, I think the most impactful could very well be Kyler Murray.
I think he could. We'll see what happens. My assumption is that's where he's going to end up. But I don't even know what second place. Although I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure the Steelers would love to have him. I'm sure the Jets would love to have him. But I think Kyler Murray also understands his best case scenario is playing indoors.
And throwing to Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. That certainly is an appealing factor.
Absolutely, it should be.
I mean, there's Garrett Wilson with the Jets. There's you can.
Yeah, I mean, he will upgrade, but this is a team that should be one playoff game winners just if you just maintain. You don't have to be that much better to be successful. You had a weird year last year, but you're talented enough to win football games and win your division.
I want to switch over to the NBA for a minute. As we get our last look at some of these basketball players, these college basketball players, as we get to, tournament time. Where some of these guys, I like to think most of the guys who are being seriously looked at as a high draft pick, I like to think their teams are at least.
DeBanza might
still playing.
Need to do something spectacular, and Baylor as well. I mean, BYU as well. He might. I mean, he got a nice 40 burger the other night that kind of helped him, but I'm not sure they're all the way in.
I'm looking at the list. I'm bringing up the latest mock draft from CBS Sports. There is 2 projected first round picks who are playing on teams that are probably not going to make the NCAA tournament. One of them is pick number 28. Baylor sophomore Cameron Carr.
Oh, okay.
The other one is pick 14, Hans Steinbach from Washington. Guess where they've got him mocked to? San Antonio Spurs.
Of course.
Say
Hans
Steinbach, 6'11", 230 pounds, inside out, sort of a stretch 4.
Well, he fills what I want.
Good shooter, and maybe a fun player. But I just thought it was funny that they were one of the only ones. But right now they've got number 1 pick, AJ DeBanza.
That 40 burger
again, it keeps going back and forth. But you asked me a week ago, I would have said no. It's probably going to be Darren Peterson. The week before that, it looked like Boozer. It's going to be one of those 3 guys, almost certainly. Those 3 guys will likely be the top 3 in some order.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, DeBanza they've got as number 1. He has started to look like a better shooter
as
the season's going on.
Yeah.
He has gotten to be a better passer as the season's gone on. The first couple of times I watched him, I was like, this dude can't pass, and that's problematic. Yeah, but he's getting a little bit better. Darren Peterson, they've got number 2 to Indiana. Number 1, by the way, it's got Sacramento, which Sacramento, they need anybody. Like, it doesn't really matter. But Sacramento's luck is they'll lose in the lottery and they'll end up with the 5th pick, because that's just a very Sacramento thing to happen. Darren Peterson, number 2 to Indiana. My only question about Darren Peterson is, do you really love playing basketball? I don't know, but you put him in the backcourt with Tyrese Halliburton next year, you're certainly talented.
Well, they've been searching for this guy. They went after Mathurin a couple years ago, didn't quite fit. They're looking for somebody to run second to Tyrese Halliburton, and he's a guy who he's NBA ready offensively.
Yeah,
he can come in and he'll average 18 with Halliburton.
The knock on Mathurin, and Mathurin, I guess, is more of a 3, but I mean, his offensive game hasn't quite developed how they thought, but he's a great defender. I don't know if Darren Peterson is ever going to be a great defender. He's big enough. He's big enough to be, but
he goes to Kansas. He'll do the fundamentals. But you're drafting Darren Peterson to lead your team in scoring. That's why you go get him.
Number 3, Brooklyn, Cameron Boozer.
That's a good fit and a good place for him to go.
I will say, I mean, he's a winner, which I like.
He's really
they
young.
are really good. He's a very smart player. I don't question his drive, his motivation. Like I'm pretty into him.
He's an old soul.
It's just the upside for him feels less than the upside of those other two guys.
But look at what Brooklyn did last year. What they got? All those kids. They drafted. They had 2 first-round picks late. But I mean, that's a young team. And Cam's young, but he's an old soul, and he'll bring the old school, lunch bucket mentality that team needs. That'd be a good place for him to land.
4th, Washington, Caleb Wilson, who I think is
good luck with that.
I think is just as good as those guys. I just think
neck up. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Keaton Wagler, 5 to Utah. I love Keaton Wagler. I think he is fantastic. 6'6" point guard. I'm going to be in love with him. Kingston Fleming's 6 to the Hawks. Michael Brown, 7th to the Mavericks.
I think Michael Brown could be the gold here. You get him late. You're not going to, you feel like you lost out on the big bucket getters. I think he's got NBA game, and he's been having to carry a team. So I know that he can do that. I really like Michael's game.
Number 8, Darius Acuff.
Him too, man. It's just a size thing with him. He's just not very big, but he's as tough as nails and fast as all get out.
And they've got him slotted to Memphis, and he feels like the kind of guy who, because I don't think Ja's going to be around Memphis for much longer. When you're from Arkansas, you go right across the river, you're in Memphis. I think he'd be a fan favorite.
And he's a mentality guy. I mean, he brings toughness and grit. I'm a big fan of Acuff. It's just a size thing.
And I think Acuff is much like Ja Morant in a way that he might not take your team to the next level, but he can very likely be the best player on your team. Oh, and it might not be a very good team, but he'll be the best player on it.
And he'll lift guys. I mean, he's a lifter. He doesn't have to score to lead you. He's a point guard, but that can go get buckets when he has to.
Nate Ament to the Bulls at number 9. Braden Burries, the shooter from Arizona,
seeing him fall to 12.
At number 10 to the Bucks. Koa Pete, 11.
That's the guy that I
to
covet.
Portland. Jaden Quintance, number 12 to Oklahoma City.
The Kentucky kid?
Yeah, who missed a good chunk of this season. He's kind of a defense-only player, which...
Yeah, that's high for him.
But, I mean...
you could see the difference when he was not playing for Kentucky.
It was a big deal.
He does matter. And, yeah, he's not just a defensive guy, but he's not polished offensively, I'd say I'd put it.
And I would not be shocked to see them take a big, knowing that Hartenstein's going to leave via free agency. You're going to need some kind of a tougher big.
I know we're going to talk about Hans, or the Thomas kid from Florida is probably going to be falling in this range. Thomas Houck. If Koa Pete is there, you're raw, but that dude's got the body to be an NBA beast.
Oh, I agree. He is fun. Now, is he going to be able to shoot? I don't know.
That's not why I drafted him, but I like the body on him. If we're looking for a stretch guy for the Spurs, I like the kid from Florida. That's the guy that has blossomed this year, Houck.
So 13, they've got a kid that I don't know much about, Kareem Lopez, a Mexican prospect that's been playing in the NBL. They said he's been trending up this year, and they mock him to Charlotte. And it says with both Miles Bridges and Grant Williams going into contract years next season, he could provide a replacement for one of those guys. And obviously a team that's got a good young core in Kahn, LaMelo, and Brandon Miller. Like, Charlotte should be. Like, we keep acting surprised that Charlotte's good. They should be.
Well,
good.
you draft this high for this long.
Well.
You finally, but I think, you get a guy like Kneifel who can just open things up with the threat of the three wherever he is when he crosses half court. He's fun to watch. Wouldn't we get them next week? I'm ready for them to come to town.
Claymore says, mark my words, Acuff will be drafted higher than any point guard. That seems impossible to me. Just because
Wagler is probably
Well, and there's like a lot of places are listing Darren Peterson as a point guard
He ain't
too.
a point guard. I mean, you can call him that, I guess, but he ain't a point guard.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think Wagler and Kingston Flemings, it's going to be hard. I like Acuff too. Don't get me wrong. I do think the size thing is going to matter to teams when you can get a 6'6" guy or a 6'3" guy, 6'2". Thomas Houck, the like you said, the guy from Florida, they've got him also to Oklahoma City.
That's
with
that'd
the 16th
be a
pick.
typical Oklahoma City pick because he's not a beautiful player. He's just really, really good.
It says he's a versatile big wing, can play multiple positions, provide the type of grit that OKC values, hold his own in OKC's defensive culture, and already has an understanding of how to play a role in service of winning.
Yep, he's not a beautiful player.
That last thing is like role in. How do you help your team win games? He's good at that.
OKC style.
LeBaron Philon, number 17.
I'm a fan. He's a bucket getter.
He's also kind of an undersized guy, but 17. If you get LeBaron Philon at 17, that's a pretty good break.
He'll be a bucket getter. He's going to score a lot of points.
Morez Johnson, 18 to Memphis. Bennett Sturts, 19 to the Iowa. I guess he's a senior. One of the got to be maybe the first senior off the board. First senior I mentioned here for sure. Texas Tech sophomore Christian Anderson, number 20. 21, Patrick Mboga, the center from Duke. They've got going to the Nuggets. Chris Sinak, the Houston freshman, to the Hawks.
I guess you have to go if you're Sinak. I mean, you go get your money, but he could certainly use another year.
I agree. But he's got. I mean,
he's got to go.
He's got all the upside, the long-term stuff. Krivas, the 7'2" guy for Arizona, to the Lakers. Then Henry Vassier from North Carolina to the Sixers, another big. Braylon Mullins.
I haven't gotten to Lindenberg.
Oh, I did. He was number 15.
Okay.
To Golden State. And then rounded out Flory Badunga from Kansas to the Knicks.
Badunga.
Amari Allen from Alabama to the Celtics. Cameron Carr to the Timberwolves. Ade Mara, another Michigan. 3 Michigan guys in round one. This is their big to Cleveland. And then Isaiah Evans, the last pick. That's Dallas's pick from Duke to round out the conversation there. So I don't know. The Spurs are in such an interesting spot now. Like, I don't. The Spurs might not. They might trade their draft pick.
It wouldn't be far fetched.
Like, what do you like? I would rather kick the can down the road. And
I think if you're sitting at 14, is that what you're thinking? If you can get a guy that has massive potential for growth, you can afford to overdraft at this position. So if you might draft a guy that might not have slotted at 14, but fits exactly what you need on a timeline. There's no crime in that, but you got to be spot on. That wouldn't shock me. I think if it comes down to it and they don't see a spot, the Spurs will bail. I
think so too.
They've done that before. They'll ripcord it. If there's no benefit to be had immediately, they're gone.
I'm starting to think that the Spurs, like the more and more I look at this roster, like I don't, unless somebody's a free agent this year that I'm not thinking of, and I know Barnes is, but
I think the expectation is if I've got a free agent coming up in Barnes, I think they'll be able to keep whoever they want to keep. I don't think Barnes is going to be chasing any money. He'll be chasing the possibility of a ring. I want to see a body type, and either they're going to go get a shooter like the Blurry's kid if he falls from Arizona, which I do think fits something that they might be chasing, or just a big old 4, a big-bodied guy that can pick and roll, be a little bit of a hub to cutters, but really is going to be a picker, a space maker. And if a Koa Pete falls there, I draft him, even if you don't think he's a number 14th in talent. He could be number 14th in what you need.
Well, and you could also see them just draft a guy that like has really shown nothing in college, but you think has some sort of upside.
You can overdraft at that position because, quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. Other than you're going to be paying 14th pick money, but you're in the situation with all these young kids. You got the money.
Here's the list of Spurs impending free agents: Barnes, Olynyk, Biyombo.
Well, we got one.
Julian Champagnie is a club option,
and he's going to get it.
I would probably assume that's fair, but yeah, I think Olynyk and Biyombo they're not going to want to be back. They can't crack the rotation.
But, I mean, these guys are riding out the string to pay me to help.
I don't think Olynyk thought he was going to be like. I think we thought Olynyk would play a bigger role.
He hasn't panned out because Plumlee's here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think not because Plumlee's here. Like, I think Plumlee's here because Olynyk hasn't panned out.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't panned out, so I had to go get Plumlee. No, Olynyk just hadn't fit. I don't know why. He seems like a good dude. But.
Yeah, so I think he's going to want to be gone. Biombo is Biombo's probably a 15th man on an NBA bench is the problem, which he could be here or somewhere else.
Let's not discount what Olynyk brings to practice. Some guys you bring on a team to never play, and he might be doing something with Wemby that is just so invaluable that he becomes a necessary part of the team. I don't think that's the case, but I do think that is obviously a hole that they haven't been able to fill.
All right, Vic's mad at me. We'll take a break. We'll see what's going on outside the world of sports. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up. Still have a closure on the southwest side at 35 southbound between Palo Alto to Somerset Road, closed with an accident. East side of town, I-10 westbound Woodlake Parkway. This wreck has the main lanes blocked on the frontage road. Main lanes are getting by this accident on the frontage road. Downtown, 35 southbound, just past 37 281, roadwork blocking various lanes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Want a great way to boost your brand? Custom labels at Staples will help packages pop, shipments stand out, and takeout boxes really take off. Shop now through April 18th and save 30% on all custom labels. Staples, that was easy.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
I don't want none of this dog. I like him. But when you pick him up, he gets excited and he pees on you.
Don't pick him up then.
Right, but he's looking at you so damn cute. Oh, come on, he won't do it this time. You gotta look at your shirt. You're like, did he get me? No, he didn't. Then you look down. Oh, he got me again.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Listen to the John Clay Wolf Show, Saturday morning at 8 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour. Saturday, March 21st, Alamo Dome. With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Home. Take me home. Oh, won't you please take me home? All right. How about this, Vic?
Talk to me.
The GLP-1s, the weight loss drugs.
Oh, I was on that.
The semaglutides.
Yeah, you used to be on that, so maybe you can. You stopped taking it?
Yeah, about 6 months ago.
I guess because you got your diet so under control that like, you don't.
Yeah, I didn't need it anymore.
Well, that stuff are essentially diabetes medications that we found out help you lose weight.
Yeah. A new report has shown that chocolate sales are rising faster amongst U.S. users of GLP-1 weight loss drugs than the rest of the population. The Swiss chocolate maker Lindt cited some data that defended forecasts that drugs would reduce the demand for chocolate, but it turns out that while consumers are cutting back on pasta, pizza, potato chips, they still look at chocolate as like, oh, I can have a small indulgence now.
I get it.
Yeah,
that's part of
dark chocolate. Yeah.
That dark chocolate matters, but part of the process that I've worked through with Dr. Torres in the Institute for Functional Health, a little bite of chocolate now and again hits those receptors and it can kind of reset you.
Yeah.
It does help.
Did you? I guess you didn't eat chocolate when you were on them, though. You don't eat chocolate anyway. When's the last time you had chocolate?
I don't know, 15, 20 years ago?
Oh, my gosh. That sounds terrible.
I would be a bitter, dried up old
I don't celebrate Halloween.
Dude, if you haven't had Dubai chocolate,
I've heard about that.
With the pistachio?
With whatever that is.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons chocolate sales up.
I'm sure it is,
man.
But yeah, that's I guess that's something that the people on those drugs they're happy to.
Well, you get that craving. It hits you quick. It does hit the receptors. You do get that sweet. I absolutely understand it.
I think for me, I'm big on when I want to indulge. I'm looking to eat like pizza or.
The funny thing is, when I was a fat guy, and I'm not a skinny guy by any stretch, but I'm not what I was. My snacks were always savory. I always wanted, like you said, the pizza, a bag of chips, peanuts, whatever it might be. And as I lost the weight, my cravings for sugar increased.
Oh, yeah, you're a big sugar head now. I'm not as much.
I've really changed the way that I go after the sweets.
A man in North Carolina is charged with trying to make homeless people even more homeless. He set a fire at a homeless shelter in Raleigh.
Man, that's just like double jeopardy. Jeez,
it's like the worst thing you can do.
Wow.
Devin Lovegrove Mosby was taken away in handcuffs. He was arrested, charged with first-degree arson after he tried to burn down a home operated by Wake County. There were people inside the building at the time of the fire, and so I don't know what they're going to end up. What charges they'll? That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, they're already homeless. What are you trying to
down a homeless shelter?
That's pretty low.
You can't get much lower.
That's about as bad as it gets. Just feel like, come on, man.
Starving man burns restaurant to the ground.
Yep. The lap dance bandit has been apprehended. Florida man had been, let's see, what's a good word for it? He'd been shoplifting the.
Oh, he was hiring in the champagne room and lifting the cash.
Yes. Police allege that Roberto Maldonado got 15 straight private dances early Friday morning at Rain, a gentleman's club in Clearwater, Florida. The dances cost $40 apiece. An additional $50 review fee brought his tab up to $650.
What's the review fee? But anyway.
After he enjoyed the lap dance marathon, think about 15 songs in a row. And he said he refused to pay the stripper's bill. Instead, he offered her $50. And then he said, in fact, I'm not going to pay any amount. When police arrived at the club at 1:15 a.m., a cop explained to Maldonado, who appeared to be under the influence, that payment was required for the services he'd requested and received. Maldonado said he spoke incoherently and was speaking in circles, refused to make any effort to pay the lap dance balance, was arrested and booked into county jail where he spent the night before being released on his own recognizance. The judges ordered him to stay away from Rain and other bars or clubs, prohibited him from using alcohol or illegal drugs, and he must submit to testing for alcohol or drugs if they're requested by the court. They call it lap lifting. Statutorily he's charged with theft, which is a misdemeanor, but they call it lap lifting, which is the preferred Florida term for lap dance shoplifting.
So, back in my day, if you did do that, they didn't call the cops. They just beat the living crap out of you and threw you out back.
And took any cash you had in your pocket.
And maybe even rifled through your car. There was no need to call the cops on that. The street justice would have taken care of that just as easily. Just beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like he needs a beating.
It does feel that way. But a beating doesn't necessarily, I guess, throwing the guy in jail doesn't get the gal paid either.
No, but I mean, there's a certain amount of, I got paid in another way.
Yeah. A woman has been charged with felony assault. Kaylin Blaine, the police arrived at the scene, and her boyfriend had a knot on the top of his head where she had hit him with a jar of pickles.
That'll kill you.
She's 32. The victim's 34. They were arguing Monday morning about the cleanliness of their apartment. Blaine and the man have dated for 6 years. They are parents of a 2-year-old girl. And after being accused of making the mess, she reportedly got agitated, grabbed a glass jar of pickles from which she had been crushing, struck him in the head with the jar, resulting in the pickle splatter observed by police. Blaine declined to speak with cops. She was arrested for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, booked into the county jail. The pickle jar was not seized by police.
Well, wait a minute.
I know. It seems like
that's the deadly weapon. We don't have no evidence?
I don't know. But yeah, she's charged.
Case dismissed.
Imagine, what are you in for? Pickles. A pickle assault.
Let me tell you, she hit him with that jar. She wanted that thing to break.
A felony pickle assault. That's a real thing, man. That's a real thing. Don't mess around with a lady and her pickle. She must. You know what?
See, all you had to do was clean.
Eating pickles. That angry. I wonder what time of the month it is.
Oh, maybe. Oh, that's why she had pickle.
It's March 12th?
Yeah, that's about right.
That sounds about right.
Don't stir up that B-name.
Oh, man. I kid because I don't understand.
May I ask you, madam? No, put the pickles down. Are you currently menstruating?
Yes. What's going on?
Yeah, just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
They're like, yeah, so what's going on, with your cycle?
Yeah. The next headline is Woman Assaults 3 Police Officers.
Oh, man. And finally, A song from Madonna has become a streaming smash, and this is probably a song that you wouldn't have expected. This is a 40-year-old song.
Well, she's got a few of those.
That has now reached the official streaming chart and charted in the top 100.
Lucky Star?
Into the Groove.
Oh, really? That's OG.
Really?
That's her
That's
first
old
one. That's her
school.
first one, isn't it?
I
think
don't
that was
know,
her big,
but
Lucky Star and Into the Groove. Yeah, this is Desperately Seeking Susan time. Yeah, this is OG. This is when she was still exotic.
Yeah.
Hadn't quite turned into a succubus.
Now, this is sort of a new low. So it's like this is the lowest one of her songs has debuted on the charts. Bitch, I'm Madonna had previously come in at number 86.
Is Like a Prayer number 1?
Popular came in at number 9, and Like a Prayer came in at number 40. Now, remember, these only came, remember, this is streaming only.
Ah, okay.
So Madonna didn't have hits when streaming services existed.
Right, correct.
So when her songs show up, period, it's like, oh, wow, that's a
lot of 45s.
But as everyone knows, Like a Prayer, without question, the greatest Madonna song of all time.
It is. Evidently.
And anyone who argues, they just don't know. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. All right, we got one segment left, boys. We got to there's a lot of hoops to get into also. We'll take a look at the daily lines on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
The St. Patrick's Day parties at the Rue Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. An all-day block party starting at 11 a.m. The green beer will be flowing, live music with Finding Friday on the outdoor stage from 6 to 9. DJs at both the Rue and Angry Elephant before and after the band. It's an all-day party March 17th, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Rue Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams Spring Sale and get 35% off paints and stains March 13th through the 23rd. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play.
When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of San Antonio is offering 25% off qualifying windows and doors, or 0% APR for 72 months. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
Empower. Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at Empower.com.
Your professional indoor football team, the San Antonio Gunslingers, kick off Sunday, March 29th at Freeman Coliseum. Tickets on sale now. Season, group, individual. Bring your family, friends, or your crew. Get yours at sagunslingers.com. Guns up.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. A lot of people making terrible opinions about Madonna songs.
I think you're more right than you are. I'll tell you that.
Oh, please, Rom.
Like a prayer.
I like Holiday.
Think about Madonna. None of them are great.
What?
They're all really good. I mean,
Man.
none of them are memorable, but the career has been pretty impressive.
Yeah. I'm not like a big Madonna fan, but I do love Like a Prayer. I think it is one of the greatest songs ever.
Because she went dark-haired.
Well, no, I think it was because she got the choir involved.
See? You can't go wrong
the
with
Tabernacle choir or whatever it was. I don't even know. We're going after it, though. All right. Let's wrap up the show the way we always do, boys. Let's take a look at the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the Daily Lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
All right, let's start in the NBA, the Association of National Basketballers. Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Detroit Pistons. What's a fair line today, Rob?
Oh, 76ers are without Maxey. He's going to be gone for a minute. 8, 9 for Detroit?
How about 15.5?
That's about probably better.
15.5.
Let's see. No Maxey, no Embiid. Thompson will be out for Detroit, and so, of course, Karis LeVert is a game time. But
all right. Phoenix is at Indiana. Phoenix an 8.5-point road favorite there. Orlando, 14.5-point favorites hosting the Wizards.
Fresh off giving 83.
We've got some
Bam Adebayo.
We've got some lines here today, man. Big numbers. How about this? Like, are you ever interested in Atlanta minus 15.5?
No.
I can't even imagine. Like, yeah, you know what? I think Atlanta's going to win by 20 tonight. No thanks. Brooklyn goes to Atlanta tonight. I want none of that.
I see all these garbage games. And then I look at what the Spurs have had to go through over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Where are all the Wizards and the Pacers and the Hawks?
That was early season,
Where
Rob.
are all
That
those
was
games?
the early season. Well, Wizards, Pacers, Hawks, that's the benefits of playing in the Eastern Conference.
Tremendous benefit it is.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we're getting Boston and Denver and you name it, man. It's the heavy hitters one after another.
Milwaukee's at the Heat. Heat minus 6.5. The Mavericks, 4.5-point road favorites. Oh, okay. 4.5-point road favorites at Memphis. Denver at San Antonio. Spurs, 5.5-point favorites. The Celtics in Oklahoma City. The Thunder, 6.5-point favorites at home.
OKC's gone through a couple of games, too. Come on, Boston.
Yeah, it's a tough run right now for Oklahoma, but they're doing what the Spurs are doing. They're winning all their games. Not letting the Spurs gain any more ground, but yeah, it'd be nice to get one tonight. Lakers, 11.5-point favorites, hosting the Chicago Bulls. College hoops tonight. We got a ton of it. In the top 25, 10 o'clock tip. So coming up in 15 minutes, you got Miami of Ohio, unbeaten, hosting UMass. They are Miami of Ohio is 7.5-point favorite.
Are we rooting for UMass or are we rooting for Miami here? Do we want undefeated? Do we really want that?
I'll be rooting for Miami, or excuse me, I'll be rooting for UMass plus 7.5 today. How about that?
I think that's fair.
Where
that's fair.
I'll be rooting for Virginia minus 5.5 against North Carolina State. That's an 11 o'clock tip here.
I'm already at 6.5.
Really?
They're already stretching it.
That doesn't surprise me. Providence and St. John's. The Johnnies laying 11.5 points in that one. Remember, that is a game at Madison Square Garden, so a de facto home game for the Johnnies. Iowa State and Texas Tech.
Here we go. This is a game.
Iowa State, 5.5-point favorites taking on Texas Tech. Texas Tech been a tough out, and they're in fact Iowa State's the team that had to play yesterday. Not
it's
Texas
a shame
Tech.
what they did to Mr. Hurley, who's now unemployed.
Sent him to the unemployment line. Wisconsin and Washington. Wisconsin a 7.5-point favorite. Louisville minus 1.5 against Miami. I kind of lean to Miami in that one.
Miami's playing well, but Louisville has Mikael Brown, an NBA player that could win it on.
That is true. Central Florida and Arizona. Arizona, a 15.5-point favorite in that one.
Let me back out. Mikael Brown is out. He's got a bad back.
Oh, my.
Jump right in on Miami.
Yep, give me Miami plus 1.5. Auburn and Tennessee. Tennessee, a 5.5-point favorite there. Northwestern, Purdue. Northwestern, who knocked Indiana probably off the bubble last night. Texas had an embarrassing loss. Indiana had a maybe even more embarrassing loss.
It was more embarrassing. That was humiliating.
Purdue, a 12.5-point favorite against Northwestern, and Duke, 16.5 against Florida State.
Like Florida State here. Like, not to win, but if you want to throw a dollar or two on the money line, I wouldn't be. Might be some money to be made.
Cougar on Cougar crime. No, not a couple old broads fighting. It's BYU and Houston in the Big 12. Houston, a 10.5-point favorite there. Xavier and UConn getting after it. UConn, a 15.5-point favorite, also in Madison Square Garden, which is, kind of home away from home for UConn, too. Kansas, 5.5-point favorites against TCU. And North Carolina, 8:30 start, 1.5-point favorites against Clemson. Kind of lean to Clemson there.
They played well yesterday. They look good beating Wake.
Yeah, I like what they got going on right now. So Clemson may be a tough out in that tournament. In the NHL, the Blues and the Hurricanes. Hurricanes minus 290. The Flames are at the Devils. Devils minus 185. The Washington Capitals are at Buffalo. The Sabres minus 205. The Red Wings in Tampa. Tampa also minus 205. The San Jose Sharks go to Boston. The Bruins are minus 160. The once mighty Ducks in Toronto, that's a minus 110 both ways, as is Columbus at Florida, minus 110 both ways. Flyers are at Minnesota, the Wild minus 250. Edmonton Oilers at Dallas, the Stars are minus 125. The Winnipeg Jets host the New York Rangers, Jets minus 155. The Blackhawks are in Utah taking on the Mammoth minus 220. The Avalanche minus 205 at the Kraken. Golden Knights, minus 155, hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Nashville Predators go to Vancouver. Preds are minus 160. Now, as for the baseball, the World Baseball Classic, the games aren't till tomorrow, so we got a quick break. But South Korea and the Dominican are tomorrow. The Dominican, minus 750. USA and Canada, USA, minus 800. Puerto Rico and Italy. Puerto Rico, minus 130.
Come on, Italy.
And Venezuela, Japan, that's on Saturday. The Puerto Rico, Italy, and Venezuela, Japan are on Saturday. Japan, minus 180. Yeah, I just want to I want it to be USA versus the Dominican, and then I want USA versus Japan in the end. Oh, I want that matchup.
They'll probably
bring them on.
Probably Shohei will hit, pitch, play third.
Doesn't matter. He'll do it all. He'll do it all.
That's what they have to do.
And then even if they win, we'll say, you know what? Get back to work in America, pal. Beat it. Get back to work.
Where is the championship game being played?
It's a good question.
Is it in country? Is it in Mexico? Is it in Canada? I got to figure it's around here someplace, right?
Where's the WBC championship game? Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, the host of the home of the Miami Marlins. So, yeah,
they expect good weather and it'll be
a
home game for the Cubans if they make it.
I'm not sure why they picked the games or why they picked the venues that they picked, but it was Houston, Miami, San Juan, and Tokyo.
They were playing. I knew in Tokyo. That's a hell of a flight for.
Well, I think it
was. So that
like,
was the pool. All the pool play.
All the pool play. Yeah, and I think a lot of it was where are you on the map? So Japan, U.S., and Puerto Rico all hosted some. But yeah, the finals will be in the Marlins Park down there. One last thing as we get into it now, the Players Championship.
Season begins this week.
To win, your favorite, Scottie Scheffler,
of course,
plus 425. If you think he will top 5, minus 110.
What's the field?
There's no field
we don't have a field yet.
No field line. They're already on the course. So some of these guys are already playing. Like Tony Finau is tied for first right now. He's 4 under through 8. Justin Thomas is 3 under through 7. Tommy Fleetwood 2 under through 7. So there's Brooks Koepka's 1 under right now. Scottie Scheffler 1 under through 7, but still a favorite through 7 holes. He's only 1 under, so he's a few strokes off. They're saying, no worries, he's still going to win that thing.
And Rory, he says he's game time. What time is his tee time today?
Let's see. Rory is, I think he's off the board. Nope, he's still on the board. He's the 4th favorite at 18-1. He will go at 11:42.
Okay.
So
is that our time or theirs?
That is that's Central.
Well,
time.
if he's still on the clock, they expect him to tee off.
I would assume so. Yeah, he's paired with Hideki Matsuyama and Xander Schauffele.
Dude, that's a pretty good threesome to follow, man.
Not a bad pairing.
Yeah.
Not a bad pairing. All right, that does it for us, friends. The Blitz is live at Mellow Mushroom today. Go up there and say hello to him. Eat some pizza.
Man.
Touch Joe Reinegel's hair.
Did you see the putting contest they went through the other day? That was as bad of an exhibition of putting as I've ever witnessed. Joe should be ashamed of himself.
Joe embarrassed himself?
Yeah, I was. Unless that was the outtakes.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Ouch. All right, friends. We will be back tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. You guys have a good one. We'll see you for a Friday.
Riding the work with AJ